Hey, what's up, everybody?
Welcome.
Welcome. We have the return of the Jedi. What's up, Brandon?
I'm super excited. I was looking forward to it like all week.
Awesome, dude. I was looking forward to it too, man. Glad to have you on. So we're
Absolutely, man. Glad to have you back. Full blown return of the full blown Ewok.
Yeah.
Hey, there he is. What's up, dude?
What's up, guys?
How are you, man? Welcome everyone to the Night Owls. It's 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific, 2:30 p.m. Australia. And we're gonna hang out and have some fun tonight, and we're gonna get really angry over some brightly colored Vespas. Really, really angry about it. Temper tantrums, swear words, everything. Just kidding. I think we'll have a fun discussion. So let's welcome everyone officially here. I'm Dude. We got Denny, 1981. How are you?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. And then we already welcomed him, but welcome to Apprentice Ewok, Brandon.
Hey there.
Thanks for hanging out with us, bud. It's good to see you again.
Yeah, it's been good to be back.
It's been a while.
Hey,
how
what's
long
up,
has it
Brandon?
been since you've been on, man? It's been a while.
August.
Yeah,
Holy nice.
Yeah.
That is a while.
like 5 months.
Yeah. So I mean,
Well, glad you're back, dude.
yeah, thank you. Unfortunately, I tested positive for things we won't talk about, so I've had more time this past week, and then with Christmas break working at a school, so I've had more time to be back than I thought I would.
Than you wanted, yeah. Well, hey, you know what? You're making lemonade, so
Yeah.
it's I'm bummed you're under the weather, but I'm glad you're hanging out. So make some lemonade.
Yeah.
And then we have the always well coiffed AJ at Third Floor Toys. What's up, dude?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Good to see you guys.
Yeah, I'm watching the Patriots get the crap stomped out of them. It's 40-10 right now. So,
Oh, really? Who are they playing tonight?
Buffalo.
Oh yeah, dude, Buffalo. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I checked out on the NFL after the Bears' horrific season, so I'm good till next year. That was brutal. Brutal. So let's check in on chat. What's up, Adrian?
Oh, hey, Adrian.
Lots of
G-Force.
folks in there.
Nice. Good people. Adrian, G-Force saying hi to each other. Just finished Eternals. Why do so many people hate? I gave it a 3 out of 10. That's my rating for Eternals.
Who said that?
You know, I watched it last night. And yeah, I'm not going to say it's the best Marvel movie, but I liked it.
Yeah. There he is coming in, making his grand entrance. We got Josh in the Cap Cave.
What's up, y'all?
What's up, dude?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, Josh.
Brandon,
I
it's
do-
good to see you.
I
Good to see you
do
guys.
agree. Gemma Chan was great. She was great. The actress' performances nicely done. I think visually stunning. It was beautifully filmed. But I'd give it a 3 out of 10. We could talk more maybe once we get into it, but I feel like we need a more. Yeah. I actually think it would have been a much better Disney Plus show. Much better suited for Disney Plus.
Yeah, it was a little
Darth Maul.
slow, at times. I thought it had some really cool scenes in it, but it was just slow, not the best. I mean, it might be the worst, actually. Like, I'm trying to think of what I would rank under it. I don't really know as far as the Marvel movies.
Yeah, for me, dude, it was easily. I actually skipped 45 minutes in the middle of the movie because it was like watching paint dry. It was brutal,
Right.
brutal. Yeah, it's too many characters, not enough development. we can get it, like the whole logic puzzle in the movie of they can't interfere except for deviants, but Thanos is part deviant and they can't interfere. Yet if Thanos wipes out half the life in the universe, then that violates their mission, because then the Eternal can't rise until Earth's population reaches its max peak. So you know what I mean, that there's major logic gaps in that movie.
Right.
All right, Fabulous Disasters here. Left Coast. What's up, dude?
Rick.
All right, Andy's in chat. All right, man. Well, thanks for everyone who came in and hung out tonight. We appreciate it. So tonight we are going to talk about Mos Vespa, the Vespa controversy, but we'll probably talk about Boba Fett for a bit, talk about Eternals. Hopefully we could talk a little bit about Peacemaker for anyone who's seen it. And what else we got? We got weekly pickups. We have, and then I think Brandon, I know for sure, and Josh for sure have some offerings to the toy gods. And then I can play a little game of, when we get there, what's in the box. This just showed up this afternoon. So
nice.
And I don't know what's in that one. I didn't even look. So I'm pretty excited. Dude, I can't get over how good Peacemaker was. Like, phenomenal. I was blown away by, dude, within the first 20 minutes of that episode, I was empathizing with the character who I thought was just a total dolt after Suicide Squad. You know what I mean? And that, to me, that's outstanding writing and directing and acting. If you can empathize with a character that you really don't identify with at all. I love to talk a lot about Peacemaker. I thought that was fantastic. Rolando's here. All right, man. We got 12 people watching. Nice. So what should we talk about first? Do we want to talk about Mos Vespa Gate? What do you guys?
Dan, you're caught up with Boba Fett?
I am.
Oh, okay.
So is everyone here caught up on Boba?
Yep, indeed.
There's only 2 episodes, right?
3.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh boy. Well, let's talk about the scooter. I think that'd just be an interesting way to start. And there's varying opinions on it, right? And so I'll just give a volley here. I think there's a precedence for having anachronistic isn't the right word, but and a universal, out of universe type of vehicles. We have Dex's Diner in Attack of the Clones. We had the 50, 60 sport cars for that chase in Attack of the Clones. So George Lucas, I think, had a love for that era of his life and the vehicles and the design. So there's a precedence for it being in Star Wars. And so for me, for it being in Star Wars, I think it's fair. But I do think it's fair that, like, the color palette, maybe I understand how it could take people out of that moment. But I actually saw, I forget who did it, but somebody made a good point on YouTube of the pod racing. And the pod racers were shiny and colorful and bright, but we didn't have a problem with that, right? So I think it's all fair game. And to me, the joy of the show of Boba Fett is so tremendous that, like, a couple, no show will be perfect. So we could focus on, like, the 98% we love or the 2% that maybe we don't. That's my take. And again, I have no problem with Mos Vespa at all. No problem with it. What about you guys?
You know something funny?
What?
I went through that entire scene. Didn't even dawn on me that I was watching what you guys were talking about. Because I was completely at the end of the episode, and I was like, "Oh, scooters, okay." But what got me, and I'm not mad about it, it just really threw me off because I had to pause and rewind it, was the biker gang speeders. Now that was just funny. Like, it was odd to me, you know what I mean? Like, the scooters were out of nowhere. Whatever, that's cool. They're branching off into a different character of whatever those kids are supposed to be, but. Yeah, the biker gang speeders with the different. Did you notice they had the different seats and the different setups? I was like, come on, that's.
Dude, can I share something real quick?
Yeah, sure. You want to share screen?
Yeah.
What's up, Darth Mazza?
What's up, Brian Myers? Thanks for hanging out with us. Yeah, Cena did. I was really impressed with his acting. Like, I really was. Yeah, Left Coast
Cena's
likes
really
how
good,
to play speeders. Let's see. Pod racing is wizard. It's wizard,
Hell yeah.
Annie. The Vespa splintering the fan base.
There you go. I just can't believe nobody else said anything about.
Oh, dude, he is going to be so mad that I didn't remember it was Vern. Oh, shit. Look, at least I remembered the point that was made. Hey, what's up, Saturday Morning Comics? Thanks for hanging out with us, man.
Yeah, man. What's up, dude? Yeah, take
This
a look
is
at
Saturday-
this picture I shared.
Saturday-
Mr. Rez
Boy
is
Hunter.
here. Thanks for all you guys hanging out. All right, I'm going to add this to stream.
See,
Yep.
that's from Rebels.
Yes.
Season 1. That's Sabine's little speeder. And it has that same kind of front end as like those Vespas.
Mm-hmm.
And if I show you another image,
But it's not bright blue, AJ.
this one.
Oh, geez, we can't accept anybody having brightly colored like
You see?
Mm-hmm.
tagging up anything,
dude's
spray
speeder
painting
here.
graffiti anywhere,
Well,
can we?
But
You
not
know,
only that,
so
but
this
look
is
at the
already
handle.
established
Yeah.
in Star Wars canon
100%.
that they had these other ugly ass speeders.
Oh, come on.
You know.
Yeah, that looks just like the one of them.
Yeah,
Well, dude, look at that. Looks
with
like
fewer
handlebars
mirrors.
and
Mirrors.
so
It's like a chopper. He's trying to be a
What-
chopper.
what bothered me about that whole scene was not the way that the Vespas looked, the colors. It was just the fact that that was the slowest
Mhm.
speeder chase like on film.
But I think that was accurate because you're going through the very narrow Tatooine streets, and the guy driving it is not a bounty hunter. He's not a Jedi. He's the major domo who's just a dork, and that's probably how he would drive because he doesn't have the skills to be in that. So to me, it was slow. It was comically slow, but when I thought about it, I thought it was fair.
Okay.
Yeah, they
I mean,
did
but
take
would
way
it have
too long
not
to
been
catch.
more
But it was
exciting
slow.
if
I
that
do
was
agree.
like,
It was slow. It was slow.
you know, the Fast and Furious through the city.
Not so fast and furious.
You know what I'm
Not so
saying?
bad.
Like straight hauling ass. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That would have been a lot cooler. You know.
Do you not think like was this part of the stuff that they shot inside the volume thing that they've got, the big
Probably.
LCD screens? So if it was, that's kind of a limitation of what they can
Of that.
accomplish in the setting. So
Mhm.
like you're not going to be able to open it up unless you're shooting like, you know, lots of blurry vision, and I don't know what, you know, how they feel about all that, but
No, because to me, once they start getting blurry and quick swipes, that's just a crutch for not having good special effects or story. You know what I mean? Like it's jarring, I think, if you do it that way.
Can I just say this? We're on episode 3 of Boba Fett. That's freaking awesome in and of itself. Okay.
Yes.
How many is it going to be? 6, 7?
If the
7.
thing that people are going to be most
7.
critical about is the fact that there's shiny Vespas in Mos Vespa, I think we're all winning in life. Okay. So,
Right.
seriously.
I don't know. I like the second episode a lot. You know, that
Oh, yeah.
developed the lore, you know, developed Boba Fett as a character, the
Mhm.
Tuskens, you know. I mean, the Tuskens have never had that much screen time in 40 years of Star Wars. You know, so
Right.
that was kind of cool to see him, you know, become a member of that clan. You know, I liked the first episode. It was a good starting episode, but I think the third episode was just slower, and I almost feel like Boba Fett's a wimp. You know, like, you know, after Chrysanthemum attacked him, they're having this little feast, you know, and he's like, yeah, we got to do something. You know, we got to make a, you know, yeah, you should have been doing something the whole time. You know, you should have been whooping some ass already. You know, if you want to be
It's
a crime
important to
boss,
power
you know,
up first.
But I
Sure.
But
And I imagine we're going to have like the Black Sunday Massacre is going to happen in episode 5 or something.
dude,
You know,
I
But
think
I just wanted to get there already.
I think and I said this after the first episode, it was going to be Dances with Wolves on Tatooine, right? He's assimilated into the culture, and him punching out of the sand in the Sarlacc is just blatantly metaphorical for rebirth, right? He has his armor stripped, left for dead. Then he learns the ways of the Tusken village, which is not about technology, which is not about his armor, which is not his jetpack. You know what I mean? All those things. And you strip him bare, and then you build him back up again. And then now we're going to have, and I am a sucker for stories of vengeance and dispensing justice and punishment. And I cannot wait for because he is going to dispense some justice after what happened. And the female warrior is still alive because they didn't show her dead. They showed the chief, right? And they showed the little kid that he bonded with, but they didn't show her. So that tells me she's still alive. And something's going to happen with a team up. But I think, when you say he's a wimp, I actually think what happened has informed the way he behaves now, where he does want to rule with respect and not fear. He doesn't want to fight first. He wants to negotiate first. He wants to be peaceful now. And I think he's balancing like that. Because I think him coming and seeing that tribe slaughtered has now changed his perspective, and he doesn't want to engage in that again. So I'm guessing we're going to see him dispense justice, and then we'll also see him, whatever happens on Tatooine coming next with all the different, with the crime families and stuff. But I think it's metaphorical. It was a rebirth. He was stripped bare, rebuilt up by the Tusken village, and now he's totally changed.
Well, think of this: his clan, they get wiped out. That was before he showed up on The Mandalorian, right?
Yep, 5 to 7 years.
So when he shows up on The Mandalorian, I mean, he is in ass-kicking mode immediately.
Yeah.
So, and I think, just from what I've been reading, on Twitter and various places, people were expecting that from the get-go with this show. You know what I mean? The last thing you see in The Mandalorian is he and Fennec walking into Jabba's palace, killing Bib Fortuna, sitting on the throne, and she's sitting back, with a bottle of whiskey or whatever it is, I think people thought this show was going to start off like, guns blazing, balls to the wall, So it's kind of... Well, I understand what you're saying, and I'm fine with it building up that way. And like Left Coast just said, chapters 4, 5, and 6 are the ass kicking episodes. And
I think so. Well, and think about it. I thought that this show was going to be almost like a bounty of the week or an ass kicking of the week. Like this week he's going to go do this, and what we got to me has been 10 times better than that, because that is the easy way out. Just to show Boba Fett picking up a new bounty every week. That's such an easy way out. And again, that would be fun and it'd be cool, and you could sell a lot of toys, But to see the rebirth and development of a character like that, and to watch an evolution of a person like that, I think is way more interesting, and I'm way more bought in, I think, than I would have been. And then I want to say hi, Kat. What's up, buddy?
Sure, hey, Kat. Sure. I hear what you're saying. Totally.
So my thing with it is Boba's always been the yes man. He's been the the bounty hunter. So for the first time, he's like, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know. Like, I know I need to do something. And he's like going to Fennec, like, we need to do something. I don't know quite what yet to do. And he has the ideas of how he wants to do things, but he doesn't actually know how to do them yet. So I think we will see that, I really think we'll get that ass kicking here within the next 2 episodes, 3 episodes. And then, Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, you're good.
Well, I was going to say, and the other thing that people were upset about was the fight with Chrysanthemum wasn't like. But here's the thing, dude. If Black Chrysanthemum wanted to kill Boba, he just would have killed him in the back. Like, he did not want to kill Boba, clearly, because if any of you've read the comics, there is a relationship there, and Boba didn't want to kill him either. So I think that's what you got there, and then at the end, that's why he let him go. And remember, he told him to stop being a bounty hunter. Remember when he said that to him at the end? I thought that was pretty funny.
I add on to that? And, my wife, she hasn't read the comics, she's not into that crap. But to her, because I had already explained who he was, Black Chrysanthemum, and she was like, she said after watching that episode, I thought you said they knew each other.
Mhm.
You know, but you know, if you didn't know, it didn't really. It almost came off like they didn't know each other.
See, I felt it was subtle. Well,
Or
but
did
listen
they-
to this. If
Or
some
did
guy
they
pulls
set
you
up
out of
like
a
they didn't know each other?
Right.
well, that,
Right.
but honestly, if some dude pulls you out of a back the tank and starts kicking your butt all over the place, you're probably not going to be high-fiving him right away. Like, hey, dude, long time no see. You know what I mean? Is
Sure.
probably pretty jarring. So I think like there were nods and because you got to remember he's a Wookiee. Like that's not, you know what I mean? Like the behavior is different, and I don't know. I think I picked up on it, but then again, maybe it's because I know the relationship. I wanted to pick up on it too. Who knows?
Right.
So
Here's
GeForce
my
says
thing with
ass
that. So-
kicking. Oh, I just want to say GeForce makes a good point that it did work for Mando, but I would actually then say that's another reason why I'm glad they're not doing it, because I don't want Boba Fett to be Mando, like
Part
Mando.
two.
Yeah, part 2 again. So I am glad that they went a different route. And then supposedly that's why they changed Obi-Wan, because Obi-Wan was going to be similar to Mando with Luke.
Right.
So they totally paused and redid Obi-Wan for that reason, because Vader wasn't going to be in it, was what I read initially, and they totally redid it after Mando.
What were
Well,
you going
I-
to say, Josh? Oh,
I think we all grew up wondering who was the guy behind the mask as far as Boba Fett was concerned. Okay, so they're giving us that. They strip away the armor, quite literally. I mean, we haven't gotten classic Boba Fett yet, right? It's all like a modification, a spin on it, but it's not the Boba Fett that we all grew up with. So they're giving us who the man is behind the armor. They gave us, like, quite literally him crawling out of the Sarlacc, just like we all like pictured. Well, he can't have died in there,
Right.
He had to have gotten out. They gave us all of that, and yet we want to sit here and we want to be critical about the colors of a Vespa on an outer rim desert planet. I don't get it. So for me, it's, if anybody watched Arrow at all, when Arrow was running hot over on the CW, they did a lot of flashback seasons where like the flashbacks took focus on a certain area of Oliver Queen's life. It seems like that's the way that they're telling this type of Boba Fett story, which is interesting, because then season 2 you can be flashing back to a different part, and the entire series is informing you of who exactly is the man behind the mask.
Well,
So,
what if we get
Good.
Book of Jango Fett with Boba as a little kid?
At
And then
the
I
end
would
of the
just
day,
poop myself
at
if we
the
did
end of the
that.
day, they keep going back to Boba Fett just wants his family. He's longing for his father. They keep flashing back to him reaching out for his father. And now he finds himself in some type of family unit in terms of the Tusken Raiders. And now they took that from him too. So it's just all these things that he has and all these things that get taken away from him are the things that inform who Boba Fett is. And us getting to see that, like, I don't know what else people want. They just want to see like the bounty of the week. That'd be cool, but people would be sitting there complaining after 4 episodes, like, yeah, it was fun, but like it doesn't really feel like we're doing anything. At least this, we're getting long form storytelling, and hey, I don't know, it doesn't seem as if Filoni and Jon Favreau haven't been capable of pulling off good long form storytelling.
Exactly.
They've got a proven track record. Just shut the F up and just enjoy it. Just enjoy the ride. Wait 10 minutes. We all are so quick to like get critical and pull out the hate and just want to go all in, and it's not what I wanted. Well, then go make your own.
Well, you know what my mom always used to say to me, and it is sage wisdom: don't plan your joys. And I think a lot of times we do that. We decide what we're going to like about something before we see it. I'm excited for this. I'm excited to watch Boba just be a badass and do, and so if you plan out your joys, you miss what the universe presents to you to be joyful for, I think. So, and again, I think it just goes back to, we could focus on the 98% we love, or maybe the 2% we don't. And I'm going to focus on the 98% for sure.
Amen.
And Adrian, really cool point with the Danny Trejo. That was awesome. And I saw a post by him today with his pit bull. And part of why that role was special to him is because the Rancor is like a pit bull, where they're actually loving, docile creatures unless you abuse them. And I just thought that was a neat touch. I thought that was super cool, as he's the Rancor keeper now. How cool is that?
And hey, everybody who
Right,
wanted
Machete's
that Black
the
Series
Rancor
Rancor, who was all hard up about they wanted to get the Rancor keeper, wouldn't it be a lot cooler to have a Danny Trejo 6-inch figure?
Or give me both.
Yeah.
Give me both.
Yes.
Yeah.
We need that.
I was surprised that they didn't.
Pouches on his tidy white. Space toilet paper.
I was surprised that they didn't put makeup or anything on Danny, because I noticed him before I noticed the Rancor, and that's
Right.
like I'm not going to complain about cameos in Star Wars, but you look at some of the other ones where like Simon Pegg, he basically said that he didn't want to be recognizable in
Didn't
Star
even
Wars.
know it was him.
Yeah, and so I was surprised that they.
But
And
I think
Stephen
Danny,
Root
but
earlier.
I think his cameo was for us, like, because how happy were we all when we saw Machete with a Rancor, right? I mean, come on, like that was for us. That was awesome.
So I had a thought
Look
about
who just
that.
popped in. The king of llama riding in shorts, Sean
There he
Solo.
is.
What's up, buddy?
Do you guys think that the Rancor and Machete is like a Trojan Rancor, Trojan horse?
It could be.
Nah.
It could be.
Because
It
he
didn't
said
seem
something.
like it.
He said the Rancors will bond to the first person they see, right?
Yep.
So the Rancor's never seen Danny Trejo ever?
Well, I think we have to either believe it or it's a Trojan horse, right? So if that's legitimate, then the first person that Rancor saw was Boba. If it's a Trojan horse, then that thing was drugged and then they tricked Boba, right? I think, dude, it's just too cool of a setup for Boba Fett to be riding a Rancor at some point in this episode, just destroying everybody, right? So I mean, dude, all right, think about the ultimate vengeance. You find whoever killed that Tuscan village, and you're riding in on that Rancor, and that Rancor picks that thing's head up and just gnaws it off. Tell me that is not going to be so satisfying and cathartic in that moment.
Sure.
Like, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, those Nictos are going down for sure.
I think they took.
Sean, you're always invited. What is,
He's never
what
invited.
is this? You're always invited.
Come on.
Everybody's invited. Always.
He's too tired from work making his quota.
He is. Well, llama riding takes a lot out on your thighs.
That too, yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you guys. Was I the only one that was walking through each episode, like figuring out which character I'm gonna buy when they make the figure? Now that we've seen it with the Mando, I mean, like, I wouldn't have thought, watching those first episodes, oh, we're gonna get an armor, or we're gonna get, Grief, Quill, all these guys. I'm like, I want the Gamorrean Guard with that. Those guys were cool.
Yeah.
I want which I'm gonna say his name wrong.
Black Chrysanthemum.
The Black Wookiee.
Chrysanthemum.
God dang it. Thank
Black
you.
Chrysanthemum. Yeah, Black Chrysanthemum is going to be a $45 figure, guaranteed. Yep.
Oh, it'll be
$45 figure because he's got 2 plates of armor and 1 weapon.
Hey, if they give me real yak hair, I'm all for it. Let's do
I'm
it.
thinking 30. 30, he's going to be a deluxe like the Boba Fett. That's what I'm thinking.
For sure.
I'll take it, though. I don't care. And then the Raider, right?
As long as it's not just a repainted Chewbacca. If it's an all-new figure, I'm all about it.
Yep.
If it's a black Chewbacca, they can keep it.
I just don't know how they could. I mean, he had the were they pigtails or something? He had braids.
He was a lot bigger than Chewbacca.
And he was, he looked bigger. And the hairstyle would have to be totally different. But yeah, I was sitting there going through those, and I was like totally psyched. Like, I can't wait to see that figure.
I'd really like to see it if it pushes Hasbro to give us something a little bit more posable from a Wookiee type figure. Like that would be
They need to redo the Wookiee mold 100%.
Yes.
100%. It's time.
Yeah.
He was way more athletic than Chewbacca was.
At least that we saw. Sure.
Black Chrysanthemum got gains going on.
Middle
Well, that, and
linebacker.
then did you see his shocker
His knuckle
knuckles?
dusters, yeah.
Now
Oh, yeah,
tell
that
me
was
that wouldn't. Okay, I want him with removable fists with the shock knuckles, but I want a shock effect, kind of how Miles is. Do I have where's
Yeah,
not,
but you know,
not- maybe not this pronounced, but
Star
kind of you
Wars
could
will
do
never do
something
that,
like
though.
that.
Yeah,
With-
that's
with
too
the
much to
shock
ask for
knuckles,
with them.
Yeah. The Black
That
Series
would
team
be
is too
epic.
lame to do some shit like that.
They'll do it for Marvel Legends, but not
Right.
not Star Wars.
Right. Marvel Legends, you'd get him with 4 pairs of hands.
How
Hello,
cool would it
Sean.
be if
$2.
Black Chrysanthemum was the first Build-A-figure?
Oh, that'd be
awesome.
cool too, dude. That'd
First
be,
ever
listen,
Hasbro
listen,
Bath.
How about the next HasLab or the 4 Vespas?
No. No.
Could you imagine people losing their
Give it to
shit?
me.
People would go.
Dude,
I
the
want them to
shitstorm
do it
would-
just to
would
see the
be-
reaction.
Yeah, dude.
They should announce that for April Fools. Our next HasLab are the Vespas.
Dude, social media would explode.
You know, that actually might be a fun video to do tomorrow, to be like, I have the brilliant idea for the next HasLab, and then
Yeah,
just watch
man.
people like thumbs down me and tell me I'm an awful person for my
That'd be
idea.
hilarious.
Let's see. Yeah, Left Coast also likes Jennifer Beal. I'm a fan as well. What a feeling.
Indeed.
Exactly. Dude, I gotta tell you, man, may we all look that good and healthy when we're in our mid-50s. Holy shit.
She did look great, didn't she?
Yeah, man.
That was something.
Hey,
I
Sean,
bet
check
they
your
make the
Twitter.
assassins.
Sean, check your Twitter DM. Yeah, give me an assassin. Give me an assassin, but do it how they're doing the builder packs now without like the plastic. So put it in the cardboard box, give us 4, and with the shields. I'll totally buy that.
You know, if they've got a mold for the
What's up, Ricardo?
G.I. Joe Night Creeper, they've pretty much got the assassins already.
Yeah.
You ever seen those?
Mm-mm.
I was thinking that we need to pull it. If you guys, I can't pull it up, but if you pull up a G.I. Joe Night Creeper, tell me it doesn't look like one of those assassins.
All right, let me look it up. G.I. Joe Night Creeper is what it's
Yep.
called.
Yep.
I bet that girl on the Vespa, I bet they make a figure of her.
Yeah,
I
she's
would
gonna
think
have
so.
more of a role coming up for sure.
I could see the rest of the gang being taken out and then her surviving.
All right, I'm gonna share this.
And
I
they'll
mean,
probably
have they
just
even
put
given
on
her
the
a name yet?
Jyn Urso body.
Yeah, it's about the same size.
Did they give her? Did they? I don't know if they gave her a name. All right, here's the Night Creeper. You guys see that? Is this the right one?
Yeah, there's a couple of different versions of them. I'm just thinking, you take those camouflage pants off. I know there's one without.
Oh,
the
that right there. Yeah,
Yeah, that one. Yeah, don't it look like it?
it does. It's very similar,
bit.
and you can put the shield. Nice.
That'd be an easy transfer over to that figure.
I definitely would like that Tuscan chief and the female Tuscan
Yep.
warrior.
Those two for sure. Yep.
Those would be awesome with soft goods and everything.
Oh, it has to be soft goods on that. Has to be soft goods for sure. I wouldn't mind. I forget the name, but like one of those little dogs too, as an like to come with the Tuscans.
I think they're called mastiffs or massives.
Is that what they're-
Seifs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask if they ever titled those things. There was
Yeah, with
spikes on the
the
back, right?
episode
Yeah.
2, when those figures were coming out, they had some with the Tuscans.
I've probably still got some bundled up in a bin somewhere.
I
Oh,
know
really?
I do, for sure.
Probably. But they're 3 3/4.
Right.
Wow.
What about a deluxe Boba Fett and Bantha for like $55, $60?
I'll do it.
You know, like
A
a new
Bantha?
sculpted Bantha with fur
man.
and everything.
That'd have to
What?
be that's like HasLab level, isn't it?
No.
I want
No,
Boba and a Rancor. Give me. You don't have to give me a smaller Rancor because whatever that his Rancor is not full size, so it's juvenile maybe. Give me
What?
that size Rancor for $100 with Boba can ride on it.
That's a great idea for a HasLab. Oh wait, sorry.
You know
Too
what?
soon?
Didn't they? I mean, they had too many going at once. I think we all
They
knew
screwed
that.
it all up.
But they should have waited on the Rancor until this show, because the excitement over seeing it in the show probably would have overshadowed the disappointment in the lack of everything for the cost. But I think the excitement would have potentially jettisoned it over the edge. Or you just include some Book of Boba figures and get people real excited.
That's why, like, if you thought that the Rancor was never going to be seen again from Hasbro, man, just wait 5 minutes and something's going to change, and they weren't going to pass up all that money. They'll revisit it.
Do any of you have the deluxe Sand Trooper and Dewback set from years ago? The Dewback, is obviously smaller than a Bantha, but not by a whole lot. And that was like $60 when that came out.
And those hung around for a while and got you saw some discounts on those,
right,
down to like right around 40. You could pick it up.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So a Bantha, and a Boba Fett, man, that would be an awesome set,
They did that. They did the Bantha in 3 3/4 a few times.
Yeah. I have a couple of them.
Yeah.
So little plug for 3 Minute and Monkey Lizard next Saturday. We are doing a Book of Boba Fett action figure draft. So anything that was in there is eligible, and we're going to do a 5-round draft, and our buddies from Out of the Basement are going to be on. So
nice.
Come and watch out. The more you think about it, there's just so many cool little things that I would take from the show. I forget Matt Berry's droid. I forget the name of the droid. I would take one of those.
8D8.
Yeah. And do you guys know who Matt Berry is from What We Do in the Shadows? Have you guys ever seen that show?
Which one is?
So
that's who that is? His voice?
Yeah, that's Matt Berry from What We Do in the Shadows. Isn't that awesome?
Isn't it? What was it? Jimmy? What was his goofy vampire name when he was undercover?
Oh my God! It was. It'll pop in my head in a little bit. I love. By the way, has everyone seen What We Do in the Shadows on FX?
I've seen parts of it.
If you guys haven't seen it yet, it's so there was a movie maybe like 7 years ago. It was done by Jermaine Clement and Taika Waititi. So Jermaine is famous initially from Flight of the Conchords on HBO, which again, if you highly recommend that show, it's hysterical. And then Taika, obviously, we know from Thor. So basically, it's a spoof documentary on a coven of vampires in New Zealand. So the movie's really funny, but now they have a TV show, and it's about a group of vampires in Brooklyn, and it's highly recommended. But anyways, Matt Berry is one of the vampires in the show, but he plays that protocol droid in Boba's palace.
That was the torture droid, right?
The torture droid. Yeah. Oh, so G-Force says it's Sophie Thatcher. Her name's Drash. Okay.
Trash.
Yes, there's going to be more with her. Like, some people were thinking she might be the Tusken female warrior, but I think that's too. I don't know. I don't see that. I think we'll see the female Tusken warrior as the female Tusken warrior.
I think the Niktos kidnapped her.
Oh,
I think you could do an entire season 2 of a flashback where he finds her shortly thereafter, and there's a story to tell there for him and her as well.
Maybe because she might have whooped some ass, and then the Niktos were like, "Yeah, you're coming with us."
Yep.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. They're going to play that flashback right before she shows up in that episode. You know what I mean? They'll do that little segue to it, and then she'll show up to do something, save him or whatever.
Well, because it felt very much like the comparisons have been made to Lawrence of Arabia in terms of, like, the Tuskens were going to show up in the end and help him overcome whatever the big bad was. for this season. I mean, that's
Yeah.
still a possibility.
Oh, well, and wouldn't that come full circle to have her be a part of the vengeance, right?
Yes.
And dispensing justice. Yeah,
That's
that would
what I'm
make it
saying.
way
Yeah,
more
yeah.
cathartic. So
Yep.
Left Coast makes a good point that Hasbro might not have known, and that's fair because a lot of times they don't know or they're given bad so that's totally fair. But I would just think if you're doing the show and then you see that your business partner's doing a Rancor, that you would have connected that somehow, but maybe not.
You'd think.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
But
But
is this Rancor roughly the same age as what Munchie was in Bad Batch?
I think Moochie was younger.
Moochie?
Because Moochie looked smaller, but again, that Rancor was lying flat. But it seems scale-wise, Moochie was even younger.
Gotcha.
I would think so.
Munchy.
But okay,
You
so
say
let me ask
Munchie?
you guys this: do you think
So
there's
big, yeah.
potential for Omega to meet Boba, brother and sister, at some point?
I think that's definitely going to happen.
And maybe she's riding Moochie and he's riding his Rancor.
That'd be funny. Well, no, Moochie was the Rancor at Jabba's palace, right?
Nope.
No,
It's a different one?
a different
No,
one.
Moochie was female, and then both that have been in the pit now have been male.
So there's like 14 Rancors in the Star Wars galaxy, and Hasbro can't even make one. Damn.
Yeah, who knows where Omega is?
I think that would be
Omega.
cool to see them meet up. I do. I think that would be neat. I'm not a huge I like Bad Batch, but I'm not super into it. But I think that would be cool.
How old do you think Omega is in the Bad Batch?
12, 13?
Okay.
Does that sound right? Or
Because she's Generation 1, so she would have been born at the same time as Boba. So they
No.
should be.
I think
Same
they
age,
waited
right?
and I think they waited and cloned her afterward. So
yeah,
I think
because remember they said that the clones were deteriorating, like the strain was deteriorating, so they made her fresh to sample her to then do another strain of clone. I thought. Am I remembering that right?
Seems right.
So she's younger
Yeah.
than Boba.
Yeah, she's younger than Boba.
And she doesn't have the accelerated growth like the standard clone troopers.
Yeah, she's like Boba. She's unaltered. Yeah.
So she's probably like 10 to 12 years younger than Boba.
Mhm. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Ricardo's
Ricardo
trying to figure it
says
out.
she's 33 now. We'll see. I'm excited. So really my only prediction, and again, it's not planting joys here, but I'm just ready for the dispensing of justice and vengeance. I'm very much looking forward to that. Oh, look at that little sweet kitty. I'm very, very much looking forward to that. And wherever the show takes us from there, to me, it's been pure joy seeing Boba Fett reborn, armor stripped, and watching him grow as a person. And because honestly, dude, I'm 44. Like, Brandon's a little younger than some of us here, but it's nice to see you can have personal growth at 40 or 50 years old still. Right? I mean, so
Indeed.
yeah, especially
I'd rather
you guys
not
know
have
I
to be.
had a traumatizing weekend last weekend. So, it's nice. Personal growth is good. So
It's
It'd be
true.
very
you
good.
did, didn't
yeah. It's pretty rough. So let's see. About the same age. Coast says that's the cats. We got to go big. What's the name of that cat again?
My cat?
Yeah.
Well, it's my daughter's cat, but he has a thing for me apparently. Squeaks.
Squeak.
Squeak. Because he'll walk around and when he's trying to get your attention, he'll just make this little
Aw.
yeah.
Look at he loves
Yeah,
you, buddy.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what I said. So it's Eve's cat, but when she's got a friend over, so yeah.
Makes
I
me
get-
miss
I
my
get-
guy.
I get second billing.
What a good boy.
No, he's not. He's a little-
Makes me
he's a
miss
little-
my dude very
he's a little
much.
pest.
So anything else
You
with
want him?
Boba, or have we beaten a dead bantha?
I'm just excited. Like, honestly, I look forward to every, like, I don't wait up until when it releases. I wake up in the morning, but like, it's so much fun just to wait and then, watch it. Like, I've watched each episode at least 5 times each. Like, I love it.
Yeah, I've watched each one twice. I'm smitten with
Really?
it. Yeah, dude, I really enjoyed it. I really did. And because it wasn't what I expected, it's even better than I expected. I'm really, really grateful for it. So, and then, all right, so who's seen Peacemaker? 3 out of 5. All right, we gotta wait.
Sorry.
I mean, I don't worry about spoilers other than Star Wars spoilers. So.
Yeah, you can
Well,
spoil it for me. I honestly,
I don't think Peacemaker has spoilers, if that makes sense. Like I'm sure maybe I think it's set up like so to me the first 3 episodes of Peacemaker was a movie. And then I think it set up the rest of the season. But to me, I watched the first episode and I was like, I'm going to watch the first episode and go to bed. And then I watched all 3 because I couldn't stop watching it because it was so good. And I am shocked at how much I like that show. So we're talking about, so actually this is actually an interesting thing to compare Eternals to Peacemaker because you have 2 large casts. Like you had a lot of people to introduce in both. There's what? Peacemaker is probably 12, 13 characters that are already introduced.
I don't know if it's necessarily that fair because we did get introduced to a lot of those characters in Suicide Squad too.
Yeah, but I didn't even watch all of Suicide Squad. I turned it off. Like I don't like the only DC movie post Nolan Batman that I like is the first Wonder Woman. I have not watched any other one all the way through. I've turned each of them off. They've been so bad for me.
I like the Joker.
You know what? I haven't seen Joker yet. I still got to watch that.
That was kind of wild.
But I will say, so with Peacemaker, you're introducing a large ensemble cast. And I felt like they introduced everyone. Everyone had enough of an arc where you're interested. You got to see some of the character. But what really impressed me most was like, so Peacemaker's line is, I'm going to butcher it, but he's like, I'll kill however many people I have to in order to have peace. Like that was his tagline, I think. And so when you see that and kind of think of who he is, and then within 20, 30 minutes of the episode, I have total empathy for this character and understand how he got that way. And then you see that he's really he's actually trying to be a good guy. And it just really impressed me that, again, within 20, 30 minutes, I had empathy for that character and how well they developed him. And the other part of the show is I laugh my ass off throughout every episode. It is hysterical. The whole dick vampire thing. I couldn't breathe. I was laughing so hard. So
I know Dan, you had made the comment that you didn't want to watch it because you despised the fact that he offed what's his nuts in Suicide Squad 2.
Well, I wasn't going to say it for anybody that hasn't seen it, but yeah.
We're spoiler territory. We're 3 episodes into Peacemaker, a series that happened after Suicide Squad 2 a year and a half ago or whatever. But you made the comment that you didn't like it because you weren't going to watch it because he did that.
Yeah.
But he addresses that directly in the show in terms of his remorse for doing that.
So it does take place after Suicide. Like it follows Suicide Squad 2.
It starts with him being in the hospital for like what they say, like 5 months or 7 months or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was the end scene, the end credit scene for the movie.
Yeah. I'm just so impressed with the show. I really am. And talk about, I had low expectations. Like I have anything that's DC, I have super low expectations for at this point. And I'm giving it a 10 out of 10 for the first 3 episodes. I've watched it twice already. I love it.
Yeah, I don't have HBO, so I don't know when I'll watch that.
Wait, I would say wait till the whole season airs and then just buy HBO for 1 month just to watch it. And it's totally worth $9 to watch that show. 100%. And then you could watch Matrix 4 and puke in your mouth for 2 hours.
Oh, I fell asleep.
Oh my God, dude.
Like, what the hell is wrong with you guys?
There are not many movies that I don't finish or that I don't fall asleep to. The Disney remake of Aladdin and Matrix are the two that have done it for me. That's, yeah.
The Matrix 4.
Have you watched it, Dan?
Oh,
Not yet. No, I did. I know we talked about getting that. I don't know where you guys are seeing that free trial at, because every time I try to log into it, it wants me to sign up. I don't see a free trial.
Well, I did see. I looked at it yesterday, and it did pop up.
man does fish.
The free trial thing. So I was like, well, maybe I'll watch the one episode of Peacemaker, but then it was late, and I was like, well, I'll do that later. But
Yeah.
Dude,
I mean, at this point, I'm sure it's going to be out soon for me to stream somewhere. I'll just.
yeah, I think The Matrix is on Blu-ray in March.
Oh, not till March, really?
Yeah,
You're fine waiting.
Guys,
You just
seriously, like
it was better than the Eternals.
Just to offset
didn't
dude's
know.
hate, I'm gonna buy like 2 Blu-rays of it, like whatever steelbook they have, and just to keep it going.
I won't talk about it till you guys have seen it, because I just will destroy that movie in about 2 minutes.
I don't know. I liked it. Like,
did you really? Oh.
Well, he didn't like the Eternals either, AJ.
I actually think
was at least
Matrix
the
worse than the
second best
Eternals. Matrix, I
movie.
thought the Eternals was better than Matrix.
Wow,
That's how bad Matrix was.
that's crazy.
So I gave Matrix 1.5 stars, and I gave the Eternals 3 out of 10.
I mean, I saw The Matrix in the theater twice.
You're talking about Matrix 4?
Yeah.
He just mentioned that on the chat the other day, right?
Yeah, my wife and I went opening day, and then one of my buddies was like, hey, man, I want to go see it. Will you come with me? I'll buy your ticket if you come with me. And I was like, hell yeah, I'll go. And I liked it even better the second time, because then it all really like clicked, and like those quick explanations, like I heard them and I was like, oh shit, that makes sense. Okay. And
Yeah, I think dude just needs to watch it like 3 or 4 more times. We need to Clockwork Orange him and just do
Right.
you know what I'm talking about, where they locked his eyelids open, keep
right.
the eye drops going, make him watch it.
Yeah, man.
I love the first Matrix movie so much, and
Totally.
Matrix 4 just hurt. It just hurt to watch that movie. It was painful watching it. I love Keanu, man. Keanu's like an American treasure, and it just was painful.
Brandon, who's in your closet?
Brandon, what's in your closet?
I got I'm trying to I can't come up with anything I was gonna say. But, no.
What's happening?
Vern
is there a
likes
ghost.
He likes to say that my closet is opening to scare me. I was playing the Alien Isolation game, and he was like, "Oh my god, my voice." So yeah.
So Sean's making fun of me. I have not seen Spidey yet, but we are going tomorrow. So dude and the girls are going tomorrow at 1:00. We're going to see it in IMAX, and I cannot wait. So excited.
Enjoy.
I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Sure
Yeah, it honestly, it's amazing. I muted every term I could think of related to that movie, and other than just knowing there's multiple Spideys, which we all knew, was probably going to happen. I don't know any spoilers from it, so I've been kept whole there. So I cannot wait for tomorrow. So excited.
It was surprisingly easy. I thought it was going to be really hard to dodge all that, but if you're not looking for it, it's been okay.
I want to say what's up to Vern. How are you, buddy? That was a good
Vern.
video today, man. I enjoyed that. So I'm pretty excited. My Lily will be in 8th grade next year, and she her class is doing a DC trip, and she doesn't want to go. So she convinced me to take her to Disneyland instead of going to a Washington DC trip for 3 days. So I told Vern, so hopefully I finally get to see Vern while we're out there.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yep. She made some compelling arguments, and I also didn't want to do a 3-day DC trip that was 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. of touring all day. So works out for everybody.
Have you ever taken your daughters there?
We just went to Disneyland.
No,
in
DC.
August. Yeah, we went to DC like maybe 4 years ago, and one of a guy who played drums in my band in college, one of my best friends. They live out there, so we went and we spent the week with them, and we did a private DC tour. That was just us and like a real high-end private tour that they treated us to, which was really nice of them. So we already did all the DC stuff. So that's why she's like, and dude, she's like me. She wants to go to Disneyland. She doesn't want to go tour DC.
Sure.
So
Sure.
Can't argue that.
So let's see what, so Peacemaker's awesome. Highly recommend if you guys haven't seen that yet, for sure.
I think the nicest compliment I can pay Peacemaker is there are long stretches of that show that I totally forget it's a DC property.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then the things that snap you back into remembering that it's a DC movie are all fun little Easter egg type things, just Bat Imp. I mean, come on, we're going to reference Bat Imp, and that's going to be a real thing.
But it had, what I like is it had that James Gunn humor in it too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which I really enjoy. And I think like the Easter eggs were fun. Like the Aquaman stuff was hysterical. Like when there's Batmite, when they threw in Batmite, like that was hysterical. So I think, yeah, man, they did a great job. And then the music in it, it's been like all 80s hairband music so far. It's just been like the whole thing with the choir boys, and then Cinderella. I mean, oh, it was so good. So
and
good.
Where the Cinderella story goes.
Yes.
Extremely vulgar.
Right. Oh my God. So vulgar. So yeah, by the way, don't watch with your kids. Do not watch with your children. Oh
do
my
not
God.
watch unless you want to have another conversation altogether.
You will be scarred for life watching that with your children. Not just your children.
I know. I was talking to my mom about it, and she's like, "Do you want to watch the first couple episodes with me?" I was like, "No, no, I do not, Mom."
No.
No.
You know the girl that plays what's her name? Heart again or something like that?
Is that her name?
Hardcore. You know that's
Heart.
James Gunn's partner, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. No.
Yeah. So it's gonna be really awkward when
That's gonna
he
be
has
really
her
awkward
going
when
to
that
town
happens.
on John Cena.
Yeah. Dude, I'll tell you what, man, her fight choreography was that was impressive, man. Like she's a badass. Like really, really impressive.
Yeah.
What's up, QC Comics?
Oh, yeah, forgot about that Scream reboot. Or no, it's the fifth one, right? Scream 5.
Continuation, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Animatrix had some cool stuff. I remember that. Like there were a couple of
loved
those
it.
Animatrix that were really cool. I remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah, someone did have to approve that. Oh, the thing to me that got me the most was when she's scrolling through the pictures on the mission, doing the mission briefing. And she's like, "Oh, I didn't know that was going to show up on there." I couldn't. Sorry, you have to have seen it. All right, we should move on because you guys haven't seen it. Oh, Sean's going to see Scream tomorrow. I've heard that's good. A lot of people have been raving about that.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one, man.
What's up,
Hey,
Dave?
Dave.
Thanks for joining us, man. Oh, dude, an Eagly was so cool. Like that was really, really cool, man. Like the hug was ridiculous. they're like, the thing is that an eagle in his car?
Here's the only thing that I didn't understand. Why did the eagle have to get in the car when they were trying to escape?
Right. Because it's his sidekick.
But just fly above the car. Ridiculous.
That was great, man. Yeah. So if you guys haven't watched Peacemaker yet, I'll give my. Why don't we all share our ratings of the recent things we've seen? So for me, Peacemaker was 10 out of 10. Boba is a 9 out of 10. I'd give Eternals a 3 out of 10. I'd give Matrix 4 a 1.5 out of 10. I'd give Dune a 3 out of 10 out of the recent sci-fi. What about you guys? Am I way off?
I haven't seen Dune either.
You know, it's all. What's the word?
Well, yeah,
Subjective,
I'm not
you know?
mad at anyone.
Everybody
There's
has their
no
own
hate.
opinion.
There's no,
you know.
yeah, there's no hate on my end. It's okay. Like if I give a movie, it's okay. Like I watched a movie and it was a 3 for me. No, it's no big deal. There's no hate.
Yeah, I love The Matrix. You know, personally, I gave it, I'd say 8 out of 10. Dune, I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty faithful to the book. I'd say 8 out of 10. Boba Fett, yeah, so far 8 out of 10 for me, probably. Eternals, I don't know, maybe a 5.5 or 6. You know,
That's fair.
I haven't seen anything else, I don't think.
Wasn't there something else that was recent? Oh, Hit Monkey. I gave Hit Monkey a 10 out of 10. Have you guys seen that on Hulu yet?
No.
Yes.
Oh, actually,
Oh,
I watched something on Netflix
haven't
the
watched
other
it.
day. It's kind of sci-fi comedy. Don't Look Up. Have you guys
Oh,
watched
I
it?
want to see.
yeah.
How is that? I do want to see that. What did you think of that?
It was pretty freaking hilarious.
it was
Really?
wasn't
Okay.
it?
yeah.
Yeah, it was wild. It I don't know. Like
There
I don't
was
even know
so
how to
much
explain
messed up.
it.
It's a
It
weird
was-
experience. It's funny, but at the same time, you're like, oh shit.
Right.
Because of the I don't know if we want to call it the reality of it, but the behavior was so relatable, and that's what makes it. Yeah, you got to
Right.
watch it.
Right. It's almost
like-
like the astro or the comment that's coming is like COVID or something. It's like
Yeah, it's
political and
Oh,
you know
very much so. Yeah.
like a third person view of reality and how people are. I don't know. It was pretty interesting. I seriously laughed out loud a few times.
All
And,
right,
like,
it's on,
scared
you
the
know what?
dog.
Listen,
Oh, I did too.
Hey, let me ask you guys something. Is it appropriate for teenagers or is it more adult?
There's a lot of
adult.
cussing.
I think it's
It's
important for
adult.
teenagers to watch it.
It could be, sure. Maybe the older teenager of yours.
older teens.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know your kids, but maybe the 16-year-old. You know,
It'd be weird if you did.
sure.
All right, cool. Well, I'll probably watch it first and make sure.
Definitely.
But yeah, I do want to see it. It's supposed to be pretty good. Oh, the other thing I watched was The Witcher. I thought The Witcher, I really enjoyed Witcher season 2. I'd say like 7.5 out of 10. I thought it was pretty good. I really liked it. What about you guys?
I thought it was
I
way
haven't
better
even
than
seen
the
the first
first season. I thought it was a step up from the first season. First season, I was like, okay, I watched it, but then the second season, I was like, there we go. It was good.
I couldn't
Nice.
get into
Dave's
The
gonna watch
Witcher at all.
Peacemaker. Nice.
And I've actually got the novels coming, all the books for The Witcher, and like I think because I grew up playing like The Witcher 2 and The Witcher 3, even though I haven't been able to get into the game that much because of the gameplay, I still enjoyed the setting and the lore of it. So seeing the show, I really enjoyed it.
It was good. I like Sean gives Spidey a 9.5 out of 10. Very cool. I can't wait for tomorrow. I'm so excited. So excited.
Oh, if they had the option to do the Disney Plus thing that they did with Black Widow, I'd have watched it by 20 times by now.
Yeah, same here. I would have paid
Oh,
for
God.
it too. Yeah.
Have you guys watched Ghostbusters Afterlife yet?
No, have not. What about you guys?
Yeah,
Another one I need to
phenomenal.
watch. God dang it.
Yeah,
It's
I thought it
great.
was excellent.
Yep.
Was
Loved
it?
everything about it.
I feel like lately we're getting like these nostalgia movies that aren't trying. They're just saying, "Hey, remember, here's all the things you liked about this movie, and we're remaking it half-ass." So is Ghostbusters not that? Is it like it's a really good movie on its own, or is it just a tour of everything I love from the original Ghostbusters movie?
If
I've
I'm
never
being
found a bad thing
honest, I
about
think it's closer to a Goonies sequel in the Ghostbusters universe with all
Really?
those Ghostbusters nods, if that is fair.
Yeah, I understand that. Interesting.
Because it's kids going on an adventure and kids learning about who they are and where they're cut from and what their beliefs are and how they're going to achieve those beliefs, all while battling ghosts.
Oh, look who we got. We got Left Coast. What's up, dude?
Not too
All
much.
right.
How you doing?
Hey, Rick.
You guys,
Good,
I
man.
did see Ghostbusters, but I haven't seen Spider-Man. Ghostbusters, I really liked. It was a good.
So, all right. So I
Continuation.
should give Ghostbusters a chance, is what you guys are saying.
Oh,
I should give it-
yeah.
Absolutely. If you like
Dude,
Cobra
honestly, I
Kai
was the
and-
opposite. I was like not interested at all. Like no interest at all. Just
no, it's very well done. I would say it's perfect for
really.
what you would want. It is that
It's very much a direct sequel of Ghostbusters 2.
for sure.
Oh,
It doesn't,
really? Okay.
Oh, 100%.
doesn't poke fun of it. There's lots of good callbacks. And
Because honestly, guys, like the original Ghostbusters movie was like a monumental part of my childhood. Like I love that movie, man. And
then you
I
will
remember
cry
getting-
when you watch this movie.
Big
Really?
time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Seriously?
yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of
Yeah.
people say that.
Yeah, I got kind of.
There's very
Oh,
good
it's-
cry moments.
Really?
There's more than one. Yeah. You'll
Yeah.
like it.
All right. I trust you guys wholeheartedly.
It's $20 on digital. Just go and pay the $20.
Yeah, I'll do
and
that
save
for
yourself.
$20.
Yeah, it's well worth it.
Like,
Well, like
I
I said,
wish
we're-
I could
we're going
pay
to see
$20
Spidey-
to watch Spider-Man now, but you can't.
100%.
Yeah. No. Tomorrow we're going to see Spidey in IMAX at 1:00. I cannot
Nice.
wait. I'm so
I
excited.
wish.
So
Did I
excited.
hear
Sean
you
says Sing 2. Don't look up. It's great. Left Coast.
Don't Look Up is great. It's a really good movie, and it's like true. it's funny to say, but
Right?
it's
Yeah.
it's what just happened or is.
Did you have you seen Idiocracy at all?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Is
God,
it
yeah.
new?
Idiocracy was Mike Judge, probably early
15,
2000s.
17 years ago.
I may have seen an episode or a bit of
Yeah.
it.
And the thing about Idiocracy is like we're living Idiocracy today. Like,
Yes, we are
but
now,
you didn't
100%.
you didn't appreciate Idiocracy at the
Okay.
time that it was real. But today you're like, holy Christ, it was like so spot on.
Well, but what's crazy
Don't
is that
Look Up
movie-
is like real time. You can say, okay,
Yeah.
this is happening right now, and we're all just drastically screwed.
Well, I
Go on.
remember watching Idiocracy and thinking like this is true, but we're like 50 to 100 years from this. I didn't realize we were 15. Like we were there. Yeah.
Yeah,
man.
and it's the Don't Look Up is cast really well too. It's some of the
Yeah.
best actors go, and it's like, and it can't be a big budget movie, so they all work for a nominal fee to have some fun. I think.
Well, it's Adam McKay and Will
yeah.
Ferrell producing it too. So that
Oh, is it
doesn't-
really? Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm
I
all
didn't
right.
know that.
Yeah. Maybe Mrs. Dude and I will watch that tomorrow night. That sounds fun.
And with the Peacemaker, like I'm happy for it because it's one of the funnier movies or shows
Yeah.
we've had in the past 2 or 3 years. There's been some good shows, but it's funny. It's dirty funny.
Very dirty funny.
It is.
Surprisingly
Do not watch with your
dirty
children.
for a DC property.
And it's because Guardians wasn't dirty funny. It was funny. It was adult humor still a little
Guardians had a couple like dirty jokes, like the Jackson Pollock. He's like, if you
Yeah.
turn on a black light, it looked like a Jackson Pollock
Sure,
painting.
sure,
in here.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
it had, but it wasn't like it was like you have to know. You know what I mean? It wasn't like whereas Peacemaker is just vulgar.
Peacemaker
And
is like, here, watch, we're gonna show the actual
Yes,
Jackson Pollock
Jackson
part.
Pollock.
So,
And if you follow Cena on Instagram, it looked like it was a lot of fun to work in. And
Oh, I'm sure. But it had to be dude.
a friend of
I
mine
don't
worked on
remember
it,
the
and
last
he
time-
said you'll like it, Rick. He's like, if you like funny shit, he says you'll like it. And I'm like, okay.
I genuinely don't remember the last time I've laughed that hard that much.
Same here, out loud.
Yeah.
Like by myself, laughing like several times throughout each of the three chapters that I've seen. 3 episodes.
I said when I first saw Suicide Squad 2 that John Cena had, because if you know John Cena from his wrestling days and his wrestling personas, like dude's legit an awesome human being, right? He's got more Make-A-Wish wishes granted than anybody else in human history. The
Yeah,
guy's
very
just
fun and
legit.
very popular. Yeah.
He's awesome. So the fact that he was this wholehearted, wholesome wrestling type guy, and now he's doing this, he's like Bob Saget. 100%.
Yeah.
He's like Bob
Sure,
Saget.
he is for sure. It's a good call. Yeah.
Sweet cheeks.
I think he found his
Sweet cheeks.
like what?
Yeah, sweet cheeks.
Compliment. She has very pretty cheeks. They're like, we don't think that means what you think it means.
Yeah, no, he found his role. This is
Dude, it's perfect.
I don't think he can do better than this now. Like,
No,
maybe
he's
financially and success wise and ticket sales, but I mean, for him as a character actor, he's found it. Like, this should be his wrestling character now. Like, if he only had this character back in the late '80s when he got into wrestling, he would be bigger than The Rock is. Like, he's now funnier than The Rock. I'm calling it right
100%.
now. The Rock
100%.
is still the freaking the man to beat. He's the king of the mountain right now. But John Cena just made a show that's the funniest, I think.
Well, like
But
the
I
biggest.
think you're right. He owns that. He owns the Peacemaker role. Like,
keep it going, man. Let's make a
100%.
season 2 and a season 3 and
yes,
whatever. Make video games. It's there's good
I'll tell you-
characters. I
I'll
think
tell
they
you
can just
why-
invent them on the fly sometimes. Like, here's a little green ninja guy. Like,
hey, what's up,
he's
Eddie?
like 3'1", that guy, and he kicked
Judo
everyone's ass. He kicked everyone's ass like at the same time. And
Yes.
he's like eating Cheetos and but I mean,
He's like, are those flaming hot Cheetos?
Cheetos?
Those look delicious. Oh man,
what a great character for laughs only.
dude, Vigilante is
Yeah,
awesome. He is
is
so
good.
funny in Peacemaker. Oh my god, he's awesome.
Yeah,
Hey,
for sure.
can I see that for a second, buddy?
My dick's not out.
Yeah,
I think
The
his
end-
introduction
the end of the
couldn't have been
third
better.
Episode. The end of the third episode. Just all right, we got to move on because
Well,
nobody's seen it and we're just laughing with each other.
Has there been anything that funny in the past 2 years? Because I can't.
I
I'm
don't
looking
think
for it
I've
right
watched
now. I
that.
can't find it.
Rick, you said that you thought Cena would be bigger than The Rock. I think he has potential to
He does
because
have potential now. Yeah.
when he was in WWE, like one of the biggest untapped markets, like per Hollywood, is China, and Cena, in his effort to be like the greatest person on the planet,
Yeah.
taught himself Mandarin in order to be able to cut promos in Chinese, so he could help the WWE get into China. So the fact that he'll be able to go in front of the media in China and speak for himself, and it's not going to be an interpreter, man, he's going to get so shined up by them Chinese people that like they're just going to love him, and he's going to be so endeared, and dude, he's going to be huge.
for sure. I think you're right.
What's up, Smirk and Beer? Thanks for hanging out with us, man. Hey, by the way,
up,
I want
buddy?
to say thanks to everyone. Dude, we've had around, 18, 22 people hanging out. Just thanks for everyone hanging out with us. And you know what I really like is we all have different opinions about all these movies and topics. And it's just cool that we can share them with each other and we're learning each other's perspectives. And just like, even if we disagree, I appreciate that we can just share it with each other, man. That's how it should be. So thank you guys I appreciate your friendship and being good dudes, man. That's really cool.
Exactly
Amen.
how
For
it
sure.
should be. I'm going to sign off, though, fellas.
Already? Oh, it is 11:46. All right, that's
Yep.
about the timestamp. That's good. Say, dude, some night you're gonna make it to midnight. And we're gonna celebrate.
One of these days.
All right, hey, we're 9:30 a.m. tomorrow. What's going on?
I think tomorrow we got some back exercises. Probably talk a little toys first. Show off my
And
Sergeant
then
Slaughter.
McDonald's, right?
Oh
And
yeah, I
then
wanted to see that,
McDonald's.
man.
Dan, that Sergeant
check that
Slaughter was awesome. Great video.
Oh, thank you.
That was
Yeah,
cool. dude.
they did a fantastic
when are
job.
we
on it.
doing? When are we doing a yoga episode?
You do, yeah. Seriously, man. I even was talking to him about it before that. Actually,
I'm in. Just let me know. I'm down 12 pounds since the first of the year, so I'm on my way, man. Getting back to my pre-COVID weight. So
that's great. Yeah. No, because he's like, I don't know anything about it. I'm like, I don't know enough to be dangerous with it, but I do it. I don't know if I'm doing it right all the time, but
no, dude, I'd love to come on and talk yoga, man. That's my bang zone and my passion. So anytime.
Awesome. We'll plan it.
Namaste. Thanks, Dan.
All right,
You guys.
Dan, take it easy, buddy.
See you, bud.
See you later, man.
All right, so now that brother Dan is left, we have a slot open. So if anyone wants to come on and hang out, let me know, and I will shoot you the link on Twitter DM or wherever. So we got one slot open. Everybody's welcome, man. So, all right, man. So we talked about all this good. And by the way, think about how many shows we just talked about. I feel like there was a gap in really good sci-fi and action where we just had a little trickle out. And I feel like in the last like 6 to 8 weeks, it's just been this bolus of awesome science fiction. So I'm just super grateful. Oh, did you guys see the Moon Knight teaser?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I saw it today.
When did that come
trailer
out?
when on Monday? A trailer comes
It's
out?
like but they had some teaser footage. Yeah, the trailer's Monday, but they had a couple teaser shots, and oh my dude, I feel just the shots they showed, I feel like whoever did this loves the comic. Like it looks just like it. I'm so stoked. Oh, we got someone. Look who's here.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Jersey, there he is. Bill's Mafia.
Dude, what the hell?
Yep. Day one tonight.
Hey,
Yeah, they
dude,
stomped the shit out of my team.
Yeah, 30 points.
Hey, dude, the Bears are stealing one of your coordinators for the head coach. I got a feeling.
As long as we got Allen, Knox, and Singletary. I mean, trust me, nobody was more surprised than me tonight.
Really?
Yeah, that was a.
I mean, you know, coming from a Patriots fan, I knew the Bills were gonna hand it to them, you know. But 47-17, that's a little much, though.
I mean,
wait, what just happened?
Brandon returned.
Like Palpatine.
Oh, Sean, dude, that's an A+. That's the comment of the night, man. Dude, I just starred your comment. Sean, you get the gold star for the night, brother.
What just happened? What did I miss?
This comment.
it was because Brandon returns.
Somehow
That's why they got their
Palpatine
ass whooped.
returned.
I mean, I'm born and raised here. I watched the Bills lose 4 Super Bowls in a row, twice to the same team.
Yeah, that was pretty horrible.
Trust me, there's been years we're getting close, something happens,
Tom Brady happened.
and we beat
Yeah,
them
but
the
you
last
had
time,
many
so
years
for that
of
to
no
happen.
complaining.
I mean, the Bills were fantastic this year. So
Oh yeah.
we'll see
Well,
what
man, they've
happens.
been on the rise, you know. Josh Allen really helped turn that team around. You know, having a good,
With him
a good
running around
quarterback
and
that
everything.
was,
Yeah.
Yep. Well, and
productive
you know what,
every
man?
time.
I like Mitch Trubisky too. I mean, he got a raw deal in Chicago, and I know
I
he's
had high hopes for Trubisky too, man. To be honest with
I
you,
like Mitch, man. He got a raw deal in Chicago.
My wife wants me to show this off.
Oh, here, let me
These
make
are,
you big screen.
The official Fisher Price Little People Bills
Those are
figures.
nice.
Oh, that's cool.
Our local supermarket chain, Wegmans, has been selling these.
Oh, that's
Hide
cool.
the tables. That's great.
Yeah.
Right.
Bill's Mafia.
Oh, Nate, you're a Pack fan? Oh, I gotta boot you out now, man. Bear down,
Packers
Chicago
are going
Bears.
down.
My brother is
Yeah.
a big Packers fan, believe it or not.
Ooh.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Terribly
Well,
sorry.
my wife's originally from Michigan. She's a Lions fan, of course. But,
She's Lions.
Yeah.
Yeah. I live in Michigan, but I'm born and raised in Chicago, so that's in the soul.
Yeah.
All the Chicago sports teams. I do want to show you guys this since I brought up Moon Knight. Let me show you this picture.
Yeah, I saw that earlier today on Instagram.
Is it gonna load? Come on.
Honestly, I don't know that much about Moon Knight, but I'm psyched to see it.
Trying to thought they had a big picture. Here's this the one. Yeah. All right. Can you guys see that?
Yep.
There it is. Look at that, man.
If you zoomed in on it. it has
Oh,
that
hang on.
zoom.
Let me do that way. Is that better?
Yeah, you can't load that picture at all.
Hmm.
Should
All
be
right.
able to
Oh, I
click
gotta
on it
stop
and-
here. Let me do this. Hang on. I gotta share differently. Let me do share screen and then the window. All right. Hang on. That way. All right. Can you see that?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
and
click on the
then-
picture though.
Yeah, I am. It's got to load here. Look at that.
Huh.
Dude. If you guys haven't read Moon Knight, like I know I always pimp Marvel Unlimited, but Marvel Unlimited just had a sale too. I don't know if they still have it, but the Moon Knight comics are incredible.
Yeah. How about? I'm sure Josh and
why is
buddy.
his
dude
voice so
have
white?
this one. You know.
Dude, did you get
It
this
looks like
one?
he kind of just.
Hang on, I'm trying to find.
Oh,
yeah, look at that. So that's him transitioning into Moon Knight. Look at that.
Okay.
Yeah,
It
looks pretty
wraps
cool, that
around
part.
him, but look, it wraps around him like a mummy. His outfit.
Kind of like Venom style.
Yeah, but it's with like mummy wraps. How cool is that? I'm pretty excited for Moon Knight, man. It's a great comic. Stop.
So Oscar Isaac was also.
I also have one of
Dark
these.
Side. He was Dark Side as well.
He
Another
was.
one.
He was, yeah.
Was he?
Really?
I didn't know that.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't
in
know
that
either.
in that one silly X-Men movie.
Oh, Apocalypse.
Apocalypse.
No, he was
Oh,
Apocalypse.
sorry, yeah,
That's right. He was
Apocalypse, not
yeah.
Dark Side. Yeah,
Okay.
That's all right. It's easily forgettable. That movie was.
and I didn't think that was a good movie. So it's
No,
too
that
bad.
was
It's
definitely
probably
the worst
because
of
of him.
that.
He's a great actor, but he's not a guy who's supposed to be bigger than the Hulk actor, who's not even portrayed as big. Should have been big.
Yeah, AJ's got the Walgreens exclusive. Look at that.
Okay. I'm curious to see what that
This is a little
you know,
one.
an MCU version of that figure is going to look like then.
Let's see.
Oh, the
I
MCU.
do have the other one too, dude. This
It'll
one.
be more.
Oh yeah,
yellow.
there's the Walgreens one. Yeah.
This is the old Marvel Universe one.
Do I have the Moon Knight up here? Or is it
The
No, I
3 3/4 inch one.
Here, I have two. So I have. This is the Walgreens one that's out of.
Yeah, man.
I got mine out of box. So that's the Walgreens one.
Yeah, dude.
Super cool. And then here I'll show you. I have an older one. Let me grab it. So this is the Armored Moon Knight. That's the black and white version.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, he's been one of my favorites since I don't know, late 80s, man. I always thought Moon Knight was a cool dude.
Yeah, dude, I think he's fascinating. I think he's a really, really cool character. I'm excited. Very, very excited. So Nate says, everyone else in my family is Bear fans, but I like a team with it. Yeah, well, the Bears definitely don't have a steady quarterback. That's for sure. That's for sure. Hey, what's up, Sleep? How are you, dude?
Sleeping.
Hey.
All right, so we have been geeking out on all the recent sci-fi movies. Do we want to do some pickups and offering to the toy gods? Is everyone ready? Brandon, I know you got some things you wanna lead us off.
Oh, let me tell you, I started getting like bombarded with new stuff because I stopped and I had canceled like 40 pre-orders from and so I'll start it off with the figure that made me stop collecting for a while, and it's the Imperial Crosshair.
Oh,
It was finally available on Walmart and I was able to get it, but I decided to do some surgery and cut the little antenna off since it's not screen accurate.
Right.
But and then I painted up that. But yeah, I'm still kind of pissed off that this is the figure that almost did me in. But
I'm glad you survived, dude. I'm glad you're here to tell the tale.
I got two of the new Rogue One figures.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I got Tech, and then yesterday I got Princess Leia, for the archive one.
Oh yeah.
And it is so good. It comes with her other blaster too. The soft goods are so soft. The hood kind of upset me because it looks like,
Yeah. Looks like
Lizard.
a KKK hood. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
do you have the original Leia?
I do not. No, that was
Because
before
I
I
have the
started.
original one, and I'm just wondering, is it worth the upgrade?
Yeah, dude, just for the face it is.
Let me
Yeah.
grab here. I'll show you guys the old Leia.
I actually saw her in Walmart today, but I passed on her.
Yeah, because I snagged snagged the new
Jesus.
one too.
This one's so much better, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, her face is way
that's
better.
That's the old Leia.
I'm not going to say what she looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That face
Oh
is-
wow, yeah, that's a big
It's
upgrade.
so much better.
It's just better.
All right, I'll put you back, Brandon. Sorry, I didn't mean
Alright.
to.
No, you're good. And then I've been trying to not buy as many Funko Pops, but I got the Boba Fett one, and then it connects. So I got Bosk that will connect to it.
Oh,
it's
cool.
it's going to be the whole Bounty Hunter lineup from Empire.
So what do you
Strikes
mean
Back.
they connect? Like they have like a base that connects them to each other?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
going to be a little scene.
Oh,
From
dude, see,
that
I
hallway.
had a big Funko Pop problem for a while, and I've been cold turkey for like a year
God,
on
it's like
Funko
crack.
Pops. I'm really proud of myself.
Yeah, so I'm trying to see if I've got one that connects, but you can see they've got the same base, and then they're gonna fit together.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, that was I got Bosk, that was Forlom, IG-88.
Have they revealed the last one as Darth Vader yet?
Not yet, which is weird because they're up for pre-order. So
Okay.
I've got Zuckuss and Darth Vader coming, but then I've got all the rest of them. So they all arrived recently, and then you were talking about a surprise. This came today, and I'm not sure exactly what it is. I've been on like a crazy kick of getting these comics, and I've been reading a ton on Marvel Unlimited, but there's the High Republic 12, and then here's the first Crimson Reign.
Oh,
Wow.
that's sweet. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
That cover's awesome.
Yep.
That's so
And-
cool.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be getting like the variant covers because I've been stuck on those, and Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, Ahsoka and Anakin, Ewoks,
What are those?
Asajj and Dirge. These are the Lucasfilm 50th variant covers for different comic books. So this is Darth Vader 16. They do it for the different ones.
I got you.
There's
I got you.
Star
DJ
Tours.
Rex.
Yep. And yeah, so I'm having a great time with that. And then finally, after Jesus, I don't know how long, but I've got this to sacrifice to the toy gods.
Yes.
Still trying to grab him.
Yeah.
That'll be a glorious offering. Oh, you're just doing it already? Look at
Oh
you.
yeah.
He's
No
just
more
jumping right
foreplay.
into it.
Do you want me to wait or?
No, I
Like
wow,
a
dude.
Band-Aid.
Woo.
Like a Band-Aid.
I had pre-cut it because I was like itching to get at it.
Yeah, it's
So-
a good one. It was
Quick
one of my
question,
faves.
You get one.
because of
What's
that comic you had there, Crimson Reign,
Yeah.
with Kira.
Yep.
I'm assuming was on the cover, right?
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah,
guys
okay.
think Kira is going to show up in Boba Fett?
Yes.
I'm hoping.
She'll show up in the
Potentially.
Mandoverse for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
think
so people have like, why are the Hutts so afraid of the Pikes and stuff like that? Like, why they just like completely? I'm gonna say
Crimson
bitch out.
Dawn.
But I don't think it's the Pikes that they're worried about. They didn't say like this territory is promised to the Pikes. They said this territory is promised to another syndicate. And
Mhm.
Amelia
Yeah.
Clark is
There's always a bigger fish.
yes,
That's right.
there's
And I
always a
think
bigger fish.
she answers to somebody else that has not shown in live action yet.
Oh,
Yeah, because at this point Maul is dead.
Maul's dead.
Um, Yeah.
right. From Rebels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so is the Empire.
You got Wrecker's big
Blade.
knife. I bet most of you guys already have this figure, right?
I do, but I haven't opened him yet.
Oh,
Yeah, he was one of my top Star Wars figures last year for sure.
Brandon, how does he feel? Does he feel top heavy? Or does he feel pretty balanced?
Oh, he's good.
Oh, he's good. He's sturdy. He's got big.
Okay.
He's
Yeah,
a
that
big
Wrecker
guy.
is
Is
great.
that like a
Waiting
build a
for him to
figure
pop
Hulk
up in my
size.
area?
So now I'm just waiting for Omega, and his helmet is super snug though. Oh my god,
Omega or Omega?
Omega and Echo.
Wrecker.
Rekka.
Beautiful.
Yeah, he's good. I wonder if we see any of
Love
these
it.
Bad Batch guys survive and show up in the Mandoverse.
That would
It'd
be
be
cool.
kind of a good time. Boba needs some allies.
All right.
Well, dude, how about we see Rex?
That's
I
what I mean. They need some allies.
Well,
So if they're
Nice.
more clones or they're
There we go.
Do you think we
Well, the
see
clones have
Cody?
gotta be
Do you think
old.
we see Cody and Obi-Wan?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I think Cody would be the perfect clone to be an Obi-Wan
I think Rex could show up
because
in
it's in the
Mando or
past too.
Boba.
So
but you got to
Cody
think,
could be dead
you
now.
know, I mean, Rex has got to be like close to 70 years old.
Oh, he would be really old.
You know, in
He'd be much older than Boba.
Book of Boba Fett or Mandalorian. You know, being that they age at twice the rate.
Yeah,
Well,
It
they
would ha-
showed him, like, didn't they acknowledge that Rex is the Endor trooper
Right.
from Jedi?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that was a little dumb, but
I think
yeah,
that's
they
only
did.
on Wikipedia. It's not official on Filoni
Yeah.
verse or anything.
you know what?
No,
I think it's.
Filoni
I
did
like
acknowledge it.
We'll see.
yeah,
They'll
I
try
don't-
and
I
make that
Lucas
connection.
did. Yeah, somebody that's canon now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
He would be 95 years old. Like, not 90. He'd be old. He'd be an old man. Like, right now in Mandoverse, he would be like 80 or 70. He'd be an old,
yeah.
not a
Well, he'd
warrior
be the same
guy.
age as Boba, right?
No, because Boba doesn't
Boba's
age.
Boba's like 40, 41, 43.
Right.
Because Boba was naturally aging.
Right.
Well, how
exactly.
many years? It's 30 years in between the trilogies, right?
All
Well,
together.
20 years between Episode 3 and A New Hope,
Yes.
And then that,
and then the
and then
clones were
trilogy.
already 10, 13 years. So 20 to 26 years old by the time of Revenge of the Sith.
Mhm.
And then you add another 20 years in real time, but they would have aged 40 years in those 20 years.
Mhm.
So they're like 60,
He's
mid
probably
60s,
60th.
and then
But
another.
you know what? If you look
5
at him in
years,
Return of
so
the
they're
Jedi,
like
he
mid
look-
70s.
Or Rebel, like look at him in Rebels. He's in
Yeah.
and
Well, Rebels was 5 years before New Hope, right?
yeah. So
Yeah.
I think he'll turn up in Obi-Wan, but not
Right. If he shows up in Obi-Wan, that's supposed to be set in between like 10
Yeah.
years after Episode 3.
yes.
yeah, right between 3
Before
Yeah, I
New
think
Hope.
it's supposed to be like 10 years ish after. Yeah.
So they'd be like middle aged, like in their 40s.
Yeah. I
clones
think
would.
Cody has to show up on that show though.
Yeah.
To just
As an Imperial.
yeah.
Yeah. I thought he was
I
going
hope
to show up in
Kenobi-
the Bad Batch.
Yeah, you never know. I hope Kenobi ends at A New Hope. Like, I hope it goes like, I think it's like a 10 episode or longer season. I think it's the longest of all the new shows. But I hope it goes long enough and has enough story that it can end at, him being going to be an old man in the desert, and there's
You
no
know-
more
You know
story
what
to tell.
you know what I would love to see is I would love to see Obi-Wan Qui-Gon on Mandalore with Duchess Satine as like a
flashback.
prequel.
Flashback.
Well, I think that could be its own series, like its own arc. Could you know what I mean?
I
But
see.
like if it was a flashback, that would be amazing. But like if they wanted to ever just do that as an entire arc, like that could just be a whole season of him and Qui-Gon on Mandalore. I think that'd be incredible. Because wouldn't that be neat to see? Because think of the parallel between Obi-Wan and Anakin, and how Obi-Wan chose the Jedi Order over Satine, whereas Anakin chose Padme over the Jedi Order, right? I think it'd be interesting.
Yeah.
All right, who's up next? Who's got? Or Brand, is that all? You got anything else?
Yeah. Yeah. No, we're good. That was like everything I've gotten in the last.
That's
little
quite a bit.
What do you got, AJ?
You got anything, AJ?
Yeah. I got some vintage collection figures that came in the mail this week. Bo-Katan, the Mithril, and a little Queel. And then I got the Boba Fett from Tython, and Fennec.
Oh, you got Fennec. Nice. I don't have any of those figures yet.
No, they haven't showed up in Canada yet.
Yeah, well, when they popped up on Pulse, I just got those two because if they ever hit stores around here, those are going to be the two hardest to get in store. So I just went ahead and grabbed those two, and the other ones I have on pre-order from Dorkside or whatever, and I can wait on the rest of them. So, yeah, it's been pretty.
So why
I
haven't
went out to the stores a few times this week, and they have not restocked, since well before Christmas.
Same with my area.
I mean, the Star Wars section is always just like a grenade went off, and there's like a random Grief Karga, a couple stuffed animals,
Lando,
Orlando,
General Lando is hanging out in force, and the Bespin Lando for the vintage is also clogging the pegs. And same with Marvel Legends. There's no new ones out yet, so it's just Eternals and the Age of Apocalypse that are everywhere.
Yep.
Yes,
Two big massive misses of waves right there for sure.
Yeah, the Eternals, they definitely way over ordered. Yeah.
It doesn't seem like a good property for toys. And I've only seen 10 minutes of the movie. But I mean, like for like a glove or a helmet or a cape or other than shooting lightning from your fingers or whatever the powers are, being gods. I don't know. They're not what's toyetic. They're not action figure properties, if you ask me.
Well, and it's not even like a movie for kids either.
Okay.
I mean, there's like a sex scene.
Not a movie for anyone. It's not a movie for anybody, really. I mean,
sure, but it's definitely not a Marvel movie for kids.
No.
And so those figures do not appeal to kids at all, and they're definitely not appealing to the adult collector.
No. Now, if I do see a Circe on sale, I might grab one of those. But
Target. My Target has them all marked down to $16.99 right now.
Yeah, it's still too much.
Yeah, those are like $8 figures to me.
Walmart around Thanksgiving, our Walmart's clearanced all the Eternals out for $10. So I ended up getting the Ajax, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Selma Hayek.
Hayek.
I got that one for $10.
That's not bad. That's not bad. I actually, you know what? The one thing that will be toyetic out of that show will be the stuff related to the Black Knight.
Right.
That'll be like, I'll be all over that.
And they did not make him.
And they didn't even do any.
No, they didn't make Dane. No,
but
I thought it was kind of weird that they made
sword
Gilgamesh as the Build-A-Figure. Like,
if Gilgamesh was single, I'd have bought him.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm not going to buy the whole line to build him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I would like him because
I would take a Gilgamesh, I'd take a Kingo, and maybe a Makari. But
Makari was cool. I liked her scenes where she was whooping up on Icarus.
Yeah, that was cool. I think Eternals was beautifully filmed. Like it's visually stunning, and the IMAX enhanced on a 4K TV is really, really impressive. Like I visually very, very well done.
I like that IMAX enhanced.
I did too, man. I was really impressed with the IMAX enhanced. Really impressed.
Yeah,
and Nate,
it
I
works
agree
on
with
some
you.
of the older
Eternals should have been a
MCU
TV
movies
show.
too.
Are other ones IMAX enhanced? I didn't know. Okay, cool.
Yeah, they went back and they made just about all the Marvel movies. Anything that had IMAX in it, they went back and they upgraded for IMAX.
Right. And you'll see it changes by scene.
Yeah.
The scenes that were filmed in IMAX will be
the aspect ratio changed.
Right.
They went back when they put
seamless.
Shang-Chi up on Disney Plus. They went back and they also did that to all the other Marvel movies.
Yeah, it's seamless.
I didn't think Shang-Chi looked anywhere near as good as Eternals. I thought it was 10 times a better movie, but I didn't think it looked like visually, the special effects, the clarity, I thought the ending of Shang-Chi was just a muddled CGI mess.
The train fight I thought was a good fight.
Yeah, train fight
was long. Awesome. There was cool effects. There was like hammer arm guy or whatever.
Yep.
Laser arm guy.
Yeah, the train fight, you're right, was exceptional. That was really cool.
Like speed, but with superpowers.
Right.
All right. Anyone else? Who else has pickups?
I got nothing. I got nothing for the past few
I got a
weeks.
few.
All right, Dave, you're up.
Dave.
Put you up.
And part of this is your fault.
Whose fault?
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh my God! Look at those. I don't know what you're talking about. That's
Picked
not.
up the
I
thing.
would never have encouraged that. What do you mean?
This all the Fantastic Fours at the Targets are marked down to about 16. So I actually picked up White Chicks Sue.
You got White Chicks, Sue Storm.
I got the Invisible Sue Storm. I got these from Hasbro Pulse actually.
Yeah,
Yep.
man.
Got that.
I love those Fantastic Four cards, man.
I got regular Johnny.
Yes, that's the best figure.
And on eBay, and a pretty good price.
Nice.
Yes.
I got
That's a
two.
great
so
one.
I just have to get the other two villains, and then I'll have the whole set. But my sacrifice this week, my offering, is going to be in honor of Boba Fett.
Oh.
Tusken Raiders.
Nice.
And that's one thing about Boba Fett. I want to find out what, because that little kid, the young adolescent that was hanging around him, I didn't see that body there.
I thought I saw the body.
I saw different bodies. I don't know if that was the child or if that was the
I
head
thought
person.
that was the last one he put on the pyre was the child.
Okay, I'm gonna have to rewatch.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I did.
because I know there's a crazy theory. Some people are thinking that that person's gonna show up later. One person posted on Facebook that it was the girl from the biker gang. I'm like, there's no way.
No,
There's no way.
that would be weird. Yeah, I think the female warrior shows up. I think she's still alive because they didn't show her car.
And she got kidnapped.
How did you
Yep.
guys? You guys probably talked about it. And I probably missed it, but how did you feel about the Mighty Morphin Boba Rangers? Those multicolored bright bikes.
I'm neutral. I think there's my take was there's precedence in Star Wars for that kind of visuals and from George Lucas. So I think it already exists in the universe, and I do understand that like visually if it took some people out of the scene, I get it. But for me, I like the show so much. For me, it didn't matter to me at all.
I mean, I like the show too, but what throws me off is if their clothes were too clean. Those bikes were too nice and shiny for a desert world. It didn't make sense. So I'm gonna cut him open.
Ooh, all right, I'm gonna make you big screen.
I did get one thing. A couple months ago, I bought a Rodimus Prime from Transformers, but a couple of the weapons were defected. So I actually emailed Hasbro Pulse. They sent me him.
Oh, cool.
Oh, cool.
I got the Beast Wars Megatron.
Sweet.
Very cool.
So that came in today. But yeah, I'm gonna cut open. There we go. But yeah, up here, all the stores are pretty much dead. Like you guys were saying, there's nothing but the Age of Apocalypse, the Eternals, and
Yep.
I did see Webman. I almost picked him up today, but
Oh, dude, Webman's solid figure, really solid.
Yeah.
Did they just repaint that the one that was on the retro carded Spidey?
No, it's a different body mold.
Oh,
Here, I'll grab it. I wish they would have repainted it. No, it's a good Spidey mold, but it's got here. I'll make this big screen while he's popping that. So this is the Webman. So you just have your twist and crunch, and then butterfly shoulder joints, and then it's all the pins. And this to me though is like really poor.
Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah, the colors
especially-
on those pins is
Yeah,
a mistake if you ask me. They messed up.
Yep, totally messed up. But it's a cool figure to have. I like having him.
what do you
Yeah,
think that
I
peg on the
do.
back of the torso is for? The peg on the back of the torso. What do you think that's for?
It's for this thing. Well, like on $20.99.
Okay.
You know.
Well, and then there's some stands that are like peg stands like that, where you could plug the peg into the back of it.
Does the Hasbro stand have that?
No, No, that Hasbro stand is like a little.
It's like a C clamp thing, right?
Yeah, I got one right here. Hang on.
That one Black Widow came with it.
Yeah, it's the same one that Black Widow came with.
Yeah, I almost got that just for that stand, so I could, have at least one of those stands.
Yeah. So here's the.
Yeah, you can buy those stands 3 for $15 on Pulse.
Yeah, Hasbro sells that, right?
Yeah.
Yep, this is the one that they sell, but it's just it's a clamp like this. Now this clamp comes off, but then there's there's nothing there.
Does that fit?
Does what fit?
So the peg on the back of the clamp.
So no, you've got the
like this thing.
Oh no, it's too big.
It's too big for that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, way too big.
Okay.
Yep. So yeah, you just got to use the C, and it's a spring load. It's got a spring load to it. But honestly, like for a figure like this, I would like to have just a little peg to put it in, because then you don't have the clamp coming around the figure. That would actually look really cool. So it's kind of like how they did the Captain America Falcon. He's got that little peg in the back.
I definitely like this. This figure looks awesome.
Yeah, no, that ain't gonna work.
I love the paint and the weathering around the head wrap for him.
Yeah, it's a cool figure.
I tried the NECA stands also, and that peg doesn't fit either.
And what's cool is how like the wrappings are. You could troop build with the sand people there, and have the wrappings look different on each one.
Yeah, they really nailed this figure the first time they made it.
I bought a bunch of these cheap stands on Amazon.
Why they don't use more soft goods on their 6-inch figures is beyond me.
I've been using a lot of these for some of the Marvel figures.
Yeah, Left Coast. That's a shame, dude, that they don't use more soft goods on Black Series figures.
It has to be cheaper.
I mean, like the new Bib Fortuna. The vintage collection is soft goods.
Yeah, all of the vintage collection have soft goods.
Right.
Barely any Black Series get that treatment. It's rare. Like even that Krennic figure, it's such a bad figure, and that's basically because it has a plastic cape that weighs the same as the rest of the figure does.
Right.
But McFarlane, their Batman capes that they do they're really light and they're thin. Yeah, like it's a cool sculpt and idea, but I mean
But the cape kills the figure because you can't do anything with it.
Yeah, it's
if you have the cape on, you can't pose him. No. So you have to have the cape off for him to have any type of posability. Yeah, but he looks so much better with the cape. The head sculpt's pretty solid. Actually, I mean, it's not. That's pretty solid.
Yeah,
eyes are a little funky. I think looks like mascara around the eyes or something.
It's a great.
Is that right before they started doing some of that photoreal face stuff?
Yeah, this is like right before. Yeah, because almost all the Rogue Ones were right before the photoreal, except for the Paul Bettany and Han and Lando were photoreal. And actually, I think so is Woody Harrelson.
Oh, Beckett.
Yeah, Beckett. I never opened that one.
It's a good figure.
Dude, honestly,
all the Solo figures were pretty good.
Yeah, the Solo and Rogue One figures. I thought Solo was one of the better waves.
Yeah, I didn't open most of the Solo figures actually. Just the Mud Trooper and Min Min Han Solo.
I opened Chewbacca right away.
Now, let me ask you, any of you guys that got the custom Raider, do the arms seem like they're real stiff in the joints?
They're pretty stiff.
Yeah.
Because I can kind of move the right arm, but the left arm doesn't feel like it wants to bend.
Yeah, mine were
here somewhere. I lost them.
Yeah, mine were pretty stiff too. Yeah,
pretty much every figure I've gotten in the archive line has been super stiff. Like the archive Han Solo one, he barely moves at all.
Fuck, what a great robe on this.
With the robe is great. You got like the gun belt across the chest. The head sculpt is so cool on the Tusken Raider. I mean, it really is an exceptional figure.
Who has that new Boba there? Like that cape, his robe is not this cool.
I don't know. His robes are pretty cool.
Is it cool, or is it too shiny? Does it look raggedy like this one? Like this one has a great texture to it. Like it's right from the movie.
Like the bottom of it is a little raggedy.
It does look good. Yeah, but the Tusken, I don't know if you can see, it has.
Right. Yeah, I have that one.
It looks very frayed.
Like it's not ribbed, but there's definitely a texture.
It's
the
not.
archive one is even different. So look at this one compared to your archive one. This is the Black Series box one. It's more like wrinkled.
This looks more like a
Like
linen,
on
like you
purpose.
can almost see right through
Yeah,
it.
see, I don't like that. That's not the same.
Huh, I didn't know that they changed it. That's interesting.
Yeah, this one's obviously like a texture to it, like it's ribbed, if that's the right word, weaved differently.
Maybe he's part of a different tribe.
Yeah, these are really good figures.
Right.
Yeah, the one arm doesn't bend, but it will one day. There he goes. He bends now.
That face is a little bit weird to me.
That's a little Uncle Fester-ish. Isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think his face should be maybe a little bit more paler.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Well, you see the
and
white
he really
on it,
didn't
right?
have eyebrows at that point.
I wonder if Boba
Snoring.
ever makes himself like a Tusken mask
Maybe.
as
I
a
don't know.
disguise to go visit Bib Fortuna.
Well, you remember,
just-
I don't know if you guys read the Dark Horse comics in the early 2000s. There was a Tusken Jedi,
Yeah. I don't think
Oh,
that'll
yeah, that's
happen in this.
Aisha Red Het or something like that.
Yeah, I really hope they don't do that with this.
He was cool. He was strong.
All right, Josh.
Oh, I got lots.
Do you want to go or you want me to go? You ready? You get you up.
I like the fact that nobody can figure out that Omega is obviously the Tusken warrior is pretty cool.
So this was that Walmart exclusive.
That's the Walmart one. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I finally got a chance to
Is that the one that
Draw
comes with
in,
the Toby head?
the web lines on him. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I gotta tell you that face sculpt is, I think, really solid too. The Tom
Yes.
Holland one for that.
Yep.
Yeah, they did a really nice job with it.
Picked up this today.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Picked
That's
up
different.
that one today.
Oh yeah, I have that one.
Oh, neat.
So I've been
That was
putting
fun.
these in my my detolfs with my different my various displays. So setting them up. So I'll put this on my Bad Batch shelf just to kind of complement it. So
Yeah. It's a
adding
fun little shift.
variation.
So when is the last Bad Batch or the last two Bad Batches coming out? Like just sometime in 2022?
Yeah, they were both pipeline figures. I don't Omega. They've shown. Have they shown? I don't think they've
They
shown
showed
Echo.
Echo.
I
They
think
did.
they've shown
Did
Echo,
they?
but
Yeah.
It's just a
Yeah, they
remake.
showed Echo. Yeah.
He's got
Okay.
some kind of really weird arm attachment that was
Yeah.
not on the show.
It's just a remake with a new arm. You know?
Mhm.
But the figure itself looks pretty sweet.
Yeah, well, I need that.
I've never played a Halo game, but this guy looked too sweet to pass up.
Dude, you've
so
never played Halo?
I've always been a Sony guy.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I never played Halo.
What?
No, me either.
awesome.
I was a PC gamer for a long time. I just never I was more into the RPGs.
Oh.
So
But
been
I have an
picking
Xbox
up,
now, so
I like girls
I hear you.
and football.
Nice.
I've been picking up a bunch of the Motu Origins vehicles, so I found myself in need of a couple more He-Man and Skeletors, so I went with the
Nice.
I've never
Battle
seen
damage.
those here.
versions.
As soon as I see those, I'll buy those for sure.
And then this big boy came today.
Oh,
Nice.
King Shark.
I would buy that too.
So he popped up on Walmart.com this week, and they didn't even send me a shipping notification. He just showed up today, so I will take that as opposed to having to buy all the ones
Pieces,
to build
yeah.
a figure. And then Yokozuna.
Oh, cool.
Sweet. Did you see Super 7 teased the new Andre the Giant? I guess it's the Ultimates
Yes,
wrestling figure. Nah, look,
that's like their second or third one, I think, that they're
Yeah.
doing.
I like Andre the Giant. That's
Huh.
cool too. Yeah,
I got the Spider Machine, so that's pretty sweet.
Who makes that? Is that a Hot Wheels?
Yes.
Huh. I hadn't seen that.
Yeah, it's a little more premium price point. It's like $6 or something,
Right.
but tough to pass up.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then
Dan
I
would like
got
that one.
the Zombie Captain America Funko.
Cool.
Very cool.
So I try to
no
avoid a lot of Funkos, but there's certain ones that just too difficult to pass up.
I've never seen that one.
And then I got these guys both for $3.
Oh,
Oh, cool.
$3
Those are
each.
great figures.
Yeah, both of
Yeah.
those are good. I have those too.
Yeah, pretty underrated. So happy to add those to the collection. And then I
up,
need
Dino?
you guys' advice
Hey,
on something.
Dino.
So I did a review over on Biff Bam Pop for the Batman Who Laughs and the 3 Robins of Earth 22. Okay.
Huh.
They're there.
Not very good figures.
Yeah.
They are essentially just statues. They have extremely limited posability. The Robins I cannot get to stand without the stands themselves that they came with, which is good, but
At least they come with stands.
yeah, they're just not. They're not great figures. So I spent $40 for this whole set. So I got the Batman Who Laughs and the 3 Robins, but I'm not happy with it. Do I return it?
Yeah. If it doesn't bring you joy, return it and get something that does, man.
What toy companies let you return toys that you don't like?
Well, this
Right.
this is McFarlane, and
Well, they don't have to know.
yeah. One thing that just irritates the hell out of me about these figures is like, see that wrist for the ball joint?
Yeah,
For the ball
dude.
joint for the wrist.
And
Yeah.
that elbow too.
It takes me out of it. Like
Yeah.
you can't get this guy. Like he looks awesome. He's designed great. Like it's cool, but like you can't get these shoulders to go up very far. But there's a butterfly in here, but they
Right.
put this extra piece and it just totally nullifies that big
Right.
butterfly joint. So there's effort put into them, but they're just not very good. So I can have like essentially a $40 statue where I'm only going to have like 1 to 2 poses from these figures, or I can take it back and put $40 back in my pocket.
Right.
I
Yeah,
would
I
would
mean-
do that.
McFarlane has always been that way, though. They sculpt great figures. I mean,
Yeah.
McFarlane sculpts have always been top notch, but the articulation has always been crap.
Yeah.
You know.
And these Robins, they're a little bit frustrated because it's 3 Robins, and they all have unique faces, but from the neck down, they're the same figure.
Right.
There's no other variation to them, with the exception of the capes. The capes are not even the capes. The capes are the same, so it's the exact same figure.
Hmm.
But I don't know. I'm still on the fence. Do I take it back or what do I do with these? But
I will show one other thing I found was the Golden Wonder Woman.
yep.
Finally found on clearance for $10. Yeah, I think it's worth $10.
Many people feel that she's like one of the worst McFarlanes that they've made. It is what it is. If you didn't like that part of the movie or whatever, I still think that figure isn't terrible.
Well, like Sean opened it up months ago, and he thought it was pretty decent. And he showed it, her articulating and whatnot. And like I said, for $10,
Yeah. I might bite for $10.
yeah, I wasn't going to pay the $24.99 or whatever the hell they had it
No
listed
way.
at, you know, regular price, and that was just too much. But
Yeah. Well, that's how I'm trying to wrap my head around this set here, because at $40 and 4 figures, you're essentially paying $10 a figure. So is it worth it for $10 a figure? And I know what I'm getting with McFarlane. I know it's just like there's always going to be something where it's always like a 95% figure, right? There's 95% of it that's awesome, and then there's just 5% where you're like, what in the hell are you thinking?
They look great, but then you try and pose it, you're gonna need a stand or two, and they just like, especially the like the more animated Justice League ones, like the Green Lantern is impossible practically.
Right.
Superman is so hard to pose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of staying. The only Superman I have is the Doomsday one, the 2-pack that came. That's like the only one I have, because I basically used the little I don't know, like diorama type stuff. I use that as the stand to like hold him, and looks like Doomsday's doing the uppercut. That's the only pose I'll do with them. That's it.
I only
think
have
I'm
2
starting to-
DC figures. I have Linda Carter Wonder Woman, which is still in box, because that's much reverence to that. Her and Princess Leia were my first 2 loves in life when I was like 3 years old. And then I have the Gal Gadot Wonder Woman, which cannot stand for anything. Like, the most awful, unposable figure. Like, it's brutal, absolutely brutal.
it looks good, and that's where it ends. Yeah, I have that one on the shelf, like way over there, like out of the way. Nobody can look at it because it does not stand. I have it leaning up against something else.
I got the Linda Carter Wonder Woman in box, just right in my office at a place of honor, man, because that's the GOAT right there.
I don't know. It felt like one of those things where McFarlane, he's been doing these DC figures now for 3 years, 4 years.
Nice.
You would think that at some point he'd start to show some improvements in terms of the posability. I don't think he cares.
No, I think he does it on purpose.
I do too.
And the same reason why they scale them at 7 inches. It's just to say, screw you. These are my figures, my toys. I'm do whatever I want to. I hate all you people, but thanks for buying my shit.
I mean,
I hate all you people.
I mean, he's kind of always been that way. Like, he wants to do things his way and his way only.
The only McFarlane stuff I really, really loved over the years were the sports picks. The football ones, the baseball, hockey, basketball, not so much, but the sports picks, because you didn't expect those to move but so much, and they were great, like action, posed, and that's it. But other than that, McFarlane stuff has always just been a pain in my butt.
Yeah,
that's kind of what I kind of stepped away from the McFarlane figures. Unless there's something that I absolutely have to have, I've kind of stepped back from them. I haven't bought a DC figure in months.
Yeah, I think I have like 7 DC figures total.
I just donated,
and 4 of them are Wonder Woman.
I'll take a fly on them if they're like on clearance, just because hey, it's not that bad of a deal. Right. And if I'm let down, I'm only let down by a clearance price as opposed to paying full price for something. But
yes,
there you go, Brandon. That was good.
So Zuckus, awesome. Zuckus will be on this end, and then Darth Vader on this end.
Nice. That's so cool.
No disintegrations.
Yep. So it's that whole lineup. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yep. Nub.
All right. Is it my Josh? You got anything else, or is it my turn?
It's all you, buddy.
It's all me now. All right. So pickups. We got the Darth Revan Archive.
Ooh, nice.
So happy to have this. And then we got a little game of what's in the box. So this came today. All right, so I'm a little disappointed at this. Look at that.
Whoa.
Oh, you got spilling out.
But I mean, like, not enough bubble wrap, way oversized box. That's disappointing. But look
That's from Pulse, right?
this is Hasbro Pulse. Yeah, the manufacturer. But we do have
Beautiful.
Princess Leia. Oh, dude! I had no idea. Look what I got.
Nice.
Nice.
We got Bib.
They wanna wanga.
I got. Oh, Migs Mayfield.
Damn.
Holy cow! I didn't even know these shipped. And then wait, one fell. So we got Migs, and then yes,
Aw.
dude, this is an epic haul. I had no idea this came. I'm so like they were packed poorly, but this is great. I mean,
Very
they
nice.
they're dinged up, man. There's like, you know, I don't know if you can appreciate on there, but they're all dinged on the corners and stuff. So it kind of bums me out.
See,
But
that's so funny because my Fett and Fennec came in a smaller box with airbags around them and on top, and you couldn't even shake them in the box.
yeah, no, dude, that box was double the size it needed to be, and it had a quarter of the bubble wrap it needed. Yeah, it's all the corners are all bent.
Now, dude, the Transformer I got from Hasbro Pulse, this is how they shipped it. I didn't even get bubble wrap, just paper.
Huh.
Yeah, unbelievable.
That's how it came. Just that.
And then, but look at that beauty. There's the other goat, along with Linda Carter.
You know,
definitely.
something looks funny on her chest, and I don't mean her boobs. Just the way the sculpting is, it's like she has.
You're
like,
right. You're right.
like
it is. No, you're
something
right. Look at that.
deflated her boobs or something.
No, it's off. Like that does look weird. Look how mine is. That doesn't even. It looks like it was. The sculpt is messed up.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really weird.
So those aren't reused boobs?
Apparently not.
But
But
the
it's a good
face
face
looks great.
sculpt.
And
Yeah.
you got the metal for Chewie, so it all works out.
She looks good otherwise.
And then we got one last what's in the box. So this is from Amazon in this.
Uh,
That
So
it looks
pretty
kind of weird.
interesting. Yeah, it does. Let me. Do I have skizzers somewhere?
I've been getting more of those from Amazon where it's just a plain gray or not gray, brown box with like the fragile sticker on it rather than the ones with like the barcodes that even give any indication of what might be in it.
At least it's a box and not a bag.
I know my tech arrived in one of those Walmart or the Imperial Crosshair arrived in one of those Walmart bags and it
yeah.
almost didn't survive.
Yeah, my Rex came in a Walmart bag and it was ripped. The box had gotten stepped on, you know.
Yeah, so this actually came inside a larger box with no bubble wrap.
Oh.
But it says do not separate. Isn't that interesting?
Huh.
So let's see what this one is. I genuinely don't know which one this is because whenever I get like stuff, I don't look because it's like a little mini Christmas if you don't know what's in the box. You know what I mean? So let's see. Oh man, that is some serious tape. Holy cow!
Well, it's a set. They don't want you to separate it.
Yeah, I mean they really don't. Jesus.
Are we sure these are toys for you and not for?
Hey, now.
Mommy.
It is buzzing. It's buzzing. All right. Ooh, oh, I know what this is now. I know what this is.
That's the prototype.
Yeah, buddy. Blue box
the box?
prototype Boba.
How's the box?
So that's my third party.
You got a little.
Okay.
From a third
Other
party
than that,
seller,
it's
then,
pretty
right?
good. I'm surprised there's a little thing here though, considering it was still in this.
Unless that's how Hasbro.
That's what the third party seller shipped it in.
Yeah. Dude, I like this. This is staying in box 100%. How
Yeah, I have
cool
that
is
one.
that?
Dude, you have no idea how hard that figure was to track down at Walgreens. I'm
Dude,
telling you,
look
man,
at that.
I hit like 5 to 10 Walgreens a day for weeks until I found that figure.
You know how I found him?
Believe it.
I never found it ever.
I
Me neither.
didn't even know he was out, and I walked into a Walgreens and he was sitting there on the shelf.
You
Wow.
got to be kidding me.
No.
Dude, I looked forever for this, and all I ever found was the Wasp figure from Ant-Man and the Wasp. That's the only
Right.
figure I've ever seen at a Walgreens is Wasp.
Right. Wait, Dan,
Dude,
you're gonna
what?
open yours?
It's
Oh,
already
hell
open.
no.
No, Left Coast is opening it.
It was already open.
Oh.
Are you really opening it?
It was already open.
Holy cow. Mine's going like up here on the shelf.
Yeah, I never opened mine either.
Yeah, dude, that is never getting open, man.
I think I bought this used for $10. So
Oh, well, if I got it used for 10, but then I'd open it. That's in pretty good shape.
Yeah, I like the cape.
Oh, that cape is awesome.
it should be that beach towel cape. I need one of those for.
That'd be great,
this.
wouldn't it?
So this is what they're remaking again, the exact same one again.
Yeah. New box.
It's a good figure. It'll still be popular, even though people complained that it's not the new Return of the Jedi mold. It's fine for what it is. It's a good figure.
I mean, in all honesty, someone's always going to have a complaint about something. Let's be honest.
Right.
I can't wait until we get that same one, but done in completely black from the War of the Bounty Hunters.
Why not? Yeah.
Ooh.
On the white jetpack too.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with this whole wave. I mean, I only have 4 of these are because I don't have any of the Bobas or Fennec yet, but I can't wait to open this one. Wow.
Yeah, dude, that one is cool.
That's a cool trooper.
And
Dude,
Migs,
this whole wave.
I wonder, is Migs exactly like Solo Minbin, or do they switch it at all? I know
It's
the
pretty
helmet
close from
It's
what
pretty close. Yeah.
what I've been seeing. Yeah.
Here, let me big screen it. We can take a look. I think Solo Minbin is one of my favorite figures.
It's a good figure, yeah.
It's a
Totally.
great.
Pretty
one of the
cool.
better
Look at
ones they
that.
made.
How cool is that helmet? And then the fact that you can troop build with this, or it's got a really good Solo mold. But let me see. They look, yeah, dude, that looks almost exactly the same. I don't
Same
even think
torso,
they
just a
changed it,
different
dude. Did they change it at all?
No.
Maybe not.
Is the belt the same?
The belt is different. The belt is different, and
Of course, the helmet.
all right, the helmet is different. The belt is, and then if you look on the arm, it's the same. Solo looks maybe a little more worn,
Yeah.
but the belt. So Miggs's belt. There, I'm trying to get it without that. So you can see Miggs's belt
Yeah.
there, and then there's Solo. No, let me raise that. Solo Minbin belt. So that looks
So it
more like
reuses a
classic
lot.
Imperial.
Right.
Yeah. That part you just tapped looks different on the box there. The figure that you have in the box, it almost looked like
Yeah.
a little bit of difference.
Yeah, that
Wow.
belt is just slightly different.
Looks great though.
This is a really cool figure. I'm bummed my box is all beat up. But I like the helmet too.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then is
It's
this-
a really solid wave. I mean, eight figures in the wave, all new.
So is this bib from Book of Boba, or is this Jedi bib?
I'm
This
gonna
is
check
Jedi.
it out.
That's
Jedi
Jedi.
bib
Yeah,
with a plastic rope.
Yeah. See,
And
that
cup.
figure should have had soft goods.
that should be soft goods. Hey, we could play Flip Cup though. He's got 3 cups.
Right.
And the vintage one has soft goods.
Right.
Of course it is. But this thing with the pauldron and the backpack.
Yeah. And on the new body.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That
want that one.
backpack is gigantic too.
Is
I
it
want
really?
it.
Oh, it's huge. It looks awesome.
Is that still available on Pulse?
No,
No,
I don't think on Pulse. No.
I think it's just Dr. Evazan and Walrus Man and the Leia are still available. But look at this the vintage bib. It's soft goods,
Yeah, it should be soft goods.
you know.
Now, I will say the robe, I mean, just looking at it here, the robe it looks like it's a nice mold to it. I
Oh, the
mean,
sculpt is
yeah,
is
it looks
incredible.
cool. But
But-
that's what I'm wondering, is he going to be able to pose or do anything with that hard good there?
I don't have that big of a problem with that on that figure because he stood around anyway, right? So I mean, it's
Sure.
not like you're gonna have to get him in too many dynamic poses.
There you go.
They should have included his little.
This is
Oh, and I forgot, I did have one more pickup.
Yeah.
I thought you had that dude.
I do, but he was opened, and then this was on sale for $14.
Oh,
and I wanted to have one in card because over here, I can move this way. To the side there, you see that table with the Legos.
Yeah.
So that's where Galactus will go, and then that wall behind it, I want to put all the Fantastic Four retro cards on the wall behind Galactus there. So that's kind of my vision.
Nice.
So that's why. And by the way, if you don't have the High Evolutionary, this mold is awesome. It's pinless. He is a gorgeous figure, man.
I still haven't seen that in store.
No.
Yeah, I mean, look at the articulation on, and look at that head.
Yeah, I've seen the rest of them. I guess when he has shown up, he's gone first.
Yeah.
So
I'm calling it on Marvel Legends.
You're calling it?
Yeah.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
I'm done.
You tapped out?
Yeah. I got the Shang-Chi figures, and I have MODOK, and then I got Red Skull and the AIM Scientist. And then I was just like, I'm just gonna get all of them if I don't stop. So
it's a slippery slope.
I stopped. Yeah.
It's a strong man to be able to know when to walk away, and know when to run.
So, Josh, were you gonna open any of those?
Yeah. What do you want?
Whatever you want. I gotta go get my charger, so I'm gonna make you big screen.
Hey, let me ask you real quick because it's already 12:50.
Yeah.
How much longer do you guys want to go tonight?
I don't know.
Whatever you guys want.
At least 10 more minutes. Then we'll figure it. We can go in 10-minute chunks. See if we're all still awake.
I'm good for whatever. I just have to go to the bathroom.
Go to the bathroom. I got to go upstairs. I got to run upstairs and get my charger. My laptop's about to die.
All right.
I think AJ's like, I'm going to be gone for like 20 to 30 minutes.
It might be like 15 minutes,
Might be a cleanse.
Right.
All right. So let's go ahead and we'll start with
All right. I'll be back, guys.
Boba Fett Starship.
Come on, just call it Slave One.
He said in the interview he's just going to call it the gunship now a couple times. Let's go to the gunship.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think he visits Bib Fortuna as a Tusken man and not as Boba Fett.
So you think that's not the first time that he saw him when he went back and killed him?
No, I think he went and checked it out first just to see what he'd have to deal with. And maybe he even gets Fennec in between.
A little bit of recon makes perfect sense.
Well, he's got to recon and eventually meet up with Mando. Like he's going to be watching them defeat that big dragon.
Yeah, he had to kind of have known that he could just walk in there and that there wasn't much resistance he was going to be met.
Yeah, he didn't offer to help at all. But he watched the Tuskens help. Or did he tell the Tuskens to help? I don't know. Like, that part's still a mystery, I guess. What kind of relations did he have with the rest of the Tuskens, if any at all?
True. All right, now we got the Marauder from the Bad Batch.
I keep seeing a Lego set for that ship, and I'm just on the fence of whether to get it or
Pretty
not.
cool from what I've seen.
I'm pretty sure they'll make Mission Fleet for that ship. Why not?
I've been debating getting the Razor Crest because I happen to have like $30 worth of savings in Lego.
It's good looking Lego set.
Yeah, but of course I'm like, do I get it? The ship's already been blown up.
He's obviously going to get another ship.
Yeah,
and it's like much like the Slave One. It's a brand of ship. Like you can get more, Razor Crest fire sprays or whatever the fuck they're called. Yeah, that's a cool ship.
Did you notice that it looks like one of the darts?
Yeah,
it does.
Oh yeah, it does.
Like a Camino dart.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it does.
From them
That's a badass
cloners.
ship right there.
Yeah.
I hope we see Dex's Diner again in Kenobi.
Well, the fact that it looks like a dart makes sense because that's probably where the Bad Batch got the ship from.
Yeah.
And the wings fold
Camino.
up.
Yeah, it is. So they
Oh,
designed.
folds too. That's awesome.
And
Yeah,
it's like a shuttle Tidarian at the same time.
yeah.
And a Skyhopper.
It's pretty sweet.
That's neat.
It's badass.
I'd strongly encourage you to pick that up if you're going to. If you ever
See,
happen
but
to
the
come
problem
by.
is if I just buy 1 or 2 of those, then I'll have 30. You know what I mean? It's like that's how it happens. That's exactly what Brandon said. He's like, I bought those 4, and if I didn't stop, I'd have
That
30
looks
more.
great.
Legends.
All right.
See, Funko
So let's
Pops.
go zombie cap
They
here.
do not put tape on their boxes.
Nope.
So
Not at
how
all.
do people sell them? It's a Funko Pop. They can't call it mint in box because it's
Yeah,
How
it's
do
the
you know
honor
it's mint?
system.
Yeah.
oh, that's awesome. The colors are great.
That's
got
a really
the-
cool one.
I got the Doctor Strange one, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a good looking pop. He'll go well. He'll look great with all the rest of my Captain America pops.
I must resist.
I hope they keep going with that zombie line, not just for the Funkos, but for the figures.
Oh, I want a whole wave of
Oh.
zombies.
I'll get the
Absolutely.
zombie. I'll get more zombie figures if they make them. That zombie cap is that good.
Well,
I want a
well,
whole wave of zombies with Zombie Wasp as the Build-A-Figure.
You want a zombie wasp? Okay, I was going to wonder if you wanted like a Thanos or something.
Ooh.
Oh,
As
he's
the
kind of a
Build-A-Figure.
good. He's kind of a good guy. So why not
Because
be
we
in the
see-
regular line?
We see the zombie Thanos in the.
We
the
do
end
see
of that
zombie.
episode.
You're right, dude. And that's all right. You're right. I want zombie Thanos as the build. But here's the thing: the zombie Thanos, they're going to give us the Thanos figure we had before with just a different head sculpt, and then dirty it
Probably.
up.
Yeah. Well,
Whereas if we
We-
got a tall Wasp, well, they would just do the Giant Man figure probably, and then just
Yeah.
modify the chest.
I mean,
Probably what they
it would be cool to see like the zombie eye behind like the cracked lens for the
That would
helmet.
be.
You know,
next HasLab.
They don't even have to wait
Zombie
for
Wasp.
so
additional content to put out zombie figures. Just give me the
No.
zombie figure.
There's no
So-
Yeah,
secrets.
just from well, dude, just pick ones that were in the What If series. I'll
So-
tell you the Scarlet Witch zombie.
Wanda, yeah.
Yes,
it looks
please.
killer.
Like, yeah, Scarlet Witch
Looks killer.
zombie Cap. I mean, I think Zombie Cap was one of my favorite figures from last year. I love that.
I mean,
Hunter
I
was
love that
mine.
you can see right through his limbs. You can. See
I know
his
that's.
jaw.
I love that you could
like-
see through his thigh, dude. It's
and it didn't weaken the leg either.
no, not at all.
They kept it nice and strong, and like I was afraid, like, oh, you can see right through it. Is it going to crack if you? But no, it looks fantastic. But no, I can't wait for it. But so Brandon, how did you feel when you saw the Rancor?
What, like in what regards?
And Bob, I mean, I started laughing when I watched this week's Boba Fett.
Oh,
Because
I actually noticed Danny Trejo before I noticed.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Danny
It was-
Trejo. I love that he's in it now, but the fact that Boba Fett gets a Rancor, but the fans
But we
can't.
don't.
It was a well shot scene because he had a conversation with the Hutts before they panned over or before
Right.
the sled with the Rancor
Yeah.
showed up. So yeah, I was surprised and I really liked that scene. But the biggest surprise was him going back to the
Oh, yeah.
Tusken camp to them all being dead. I was sitting there, I was like, no, they didn't, and they did.
Look at that. You can see right through that leg. dude.
Yeah, it looks
Beautiful.
beautiful.
Awesome.
So cool, man.
I mean,
look at that.
even in the side of the left side of his jaw, you can kind of see into his mouth.
Oh yeah, it's
With
top
the-
top
I mean-
top line.
It just,
Oh, cool.
It's beautiful. To me, it's still my favorite figure of last year.
It is an amazing figure.
Oh, I'm done.
Oh, you're done. All right.
I think Dave's frozen.
There you go.
Oh, there he is.
I do have the Doctor Strange.
Ooh.
Nice.
I'll open that up if you want.
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
I'm an open box person, so
I'm like
my
50.
wife actually got me this for Christmas. Let's open him up.
Oh yeah, look at that.
I mean, this is some of the zombie figures they've been doing. I mean, it looks like the best detail I've seen on any Funkos.
Well, dude, just
Yeah,
from
they put
that
some love
episode,
into
you
it.
could have Zombie Strange, Zombie
Yeah.
Iron Man, Zombie Scarlet Witch.
Zombie Iron Man is definitely the next one I want to get.
And they've got the zombie Scarlet Witch and the zombie Iron Man Funkos already.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
But I mean, for Legends, like I would take those.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's cool, a little mini pup.
This is a Target exclusive. They actually have. There's several of these out there. The mini puffs. There's a 7-Eleven exclusive that's a mini puff holding a slice of pizza. There's another one that is a graham cracker. He's holding a graham cracker because he's about to take another mini puff to make a sandwich, like a s'more.
Yeah, they were pretty clever in the movie.
Yeah. But I had to get this because I love the just electrical wiring, and it just looks hilarious. Here's some of the other ones that you can see. Like one's being set on fire. One's in a cup of coffee.
That was funny. They were torturing each other. And
I mean, they were kind of like, they were playful like gremlins, and it's just anyone who hasn't seen the movie, I mean, it doesn't play. I've told people that it's like Gremlins meets Goonies and a little bit of Ghostbusters, because I mean, you kind of learn through the characters, the background of the Ghostbusters, but it doesn't feel like a Ghostbusters movie. Like other people have said earlier, I think in the stream, that it feels a lot like Goonies. It does.
Yeah, you're right in that way. It's not like a silly '80s Ghostbusters movie. But you feel that part of the movie. You're like, wow, this is Ghostbusters movie.
Jason Reitman, for being someone who's never directed an action movie, a sci-fi movie, a fantasy movie, he's always done kind of like movies that involve or revolve around families, and that's what this really was. It just so happens that this family happens to have a legacy connection to Ghostbusters, and it just so happens that it revolves around a lot of craziness, but it's a fun movie. I mean, it doesn't feel like, because let's be honest, half the stuff that is being rehashed is being shoved down our throats. It's like, here, you love this, so we're going to try and recreate this exactly. Personally, I did not care a lot for the new Matrix because it felt that way.
I give it a 1.5 out of 10.
I mean, it was kind of great to see that they kind of picked up a little bit. They kind of like, oh, this is what happened to everyone. It just felt like they phoned it in.
It felt like they were just saying, hey, do you remember why you liked this movie 20 years ago? And then we're not going to do bullet time or cool fight scenes or special effects. Yeah, I thought the fight scenes were really cheaply done. It looked like a B movie. The fight scenes, I thought,
like all the John Wick movies were better than this new Matrix, right?
Oh, definitely.
Easy.
So,
easy.
My thought about that,
they were well done.
Especially after watching it the second time, I realized, Neo has been drugged with the blue pill for the last 55 years or something.
Yeah.
So when he does come back, when he takes the red pill and then he comes back into the Matrix, he's like brand new again, basically. Like he knows how to do some of that stuff. He knows how to fly, bullet time,
Yeah.
He knows all that stuff. He just can't do it yet.
Yeah, his body is still, those drugs are still basically in his system.
Literally.
Yeah.
But Trinity wakes up and she can do it immediately.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But at the same time,
how
it's like, Trinity's not like the one or anything like that. But
no, but she is now. Now she's the one.
She is.
But you remember in the Matrix Reloaded, the second one, right?
Yes, that was Reloaded.
When Neo, he pulls the bullet out of her in the Matrix. Then he goes back in and he starts her heart, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of his source code basically goes into her.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
And so in this movie, when they like get back together and they kiss or whatever, it like
reignites it.
It ignites it in her. Like when she kissed Neo the first time in the Matrix 1, and it brought him back to
And it
life,
woke
basically.
him up.
Yeah,
All
and
right, dude, I did
like-
not get that perspective. That's a really good perspective.
and there's precedence for that, because think about in that trilogy, the original trilogy, Smith, when he would
Same thing.
dig his hand
Yeah.
into the people, he was adding his new source code. But remember, his source code was affected after Neo jumped
Well, but
into
he
him
was
at
a
the end of
virus.
the first one.
But he was a virus replicating.
Yeah,
He came back in as a virus. Yeah, literally.
but that was because Neo jumped into him, made him overload, but obviously Neo melded
his
with
code,
him, and that altered his code. And
exactly.
so so there's definite presence with that.
And
What
that-
I always
like I said, after seeing it the second time, that's how I thought of
Yeah.
it. Like, oh, okay.
and obviously they set it up to do more movies, but we'll see if they do or not. What I always wondered was at the end of the third one, now that there was supposed peace between, or semi peace between humans and
Machines.
the machine world, like I always wonder, like, how could they continue this? Would they do it like maybe like a human is paired up with a program to kind of police the world, to kind of try and keep balance?
Think about the concept actually makes sense, is that humans, they even said it in the movie, and this was one of the things that I actually thought was smart about it, was humans, they give them the choice of whether or not to know what reality is, and humanity overwhelmingly takes the blue pill still to stay in the Matrix. Right. And I mean, if you look at us as a society, we take the blue pill on everything right now. I mean, so I actually think that I thought that concept was interesting, because humanity probably would take the blue pill and just stay, right, instead of facing what reality is. So I think on a philosophical standpoint, the Matrix is brilliant.
I mean, I kind of liked how the one Smith program, or the one agent program, that eventually becomes Morpheus, can actually exist in the real world. So I kind of liked that concept, but I thought like, he's Morpheus. I just thought that was a little. They could have made him a completely different character, and I would have
Neo wrote him.
Received that one better.
Was that guy just a younger Morpheus? The black guy?
No,
he's like a hybrid agent Morpheus.
That
he's like
Neo
wrote, because he looks like.
in
the video
game,
yeah,
he was running inside the Matrix.
Yeah,
he built that Morpheus Smith person.
Yeah, for the video game that he created in that alternate world.
He had that modal going in there to see if, like what it was saying in the movie, to see if somebody could hack into it and that Morpheus could more or less activate. That let him know, like, wow, it wasn't a dream. It wasn't just a video game. And then right after that is when he stops taking the blue pills.
Yep.
So for me, like,
and I thought that was kind of a neat. I thought it was neat.
For me, it's one of those things where I was so let down with Matrix 2 and 3 that I had zero expectations for what this one was. I think that a lot of what they were trying to do, there was a lot of promise behind what they were trying to do. I saw where they were trying to go. I just think that they tried to force way too much into
nostalgia,
too little time. This would have been another good one for, like, if you did an HBO streaming series, make this like 6 episodes and stretch it out and really be able to get into some of that stuff that you wanted to explore. It would have been so much better. Like, have it be like the first 2 or 3 episodes, you truly don't know what is real and what is the Matrix. And then, like, as things like at the reveals at the end of every episode, those would have paid off. Like, it would have been so much better, and have it culminate exactly the same way with Trinity coming in and saving the day, and it would have set up a good, like, season 2. You know, I would have been interested to see where they went with it, but it just
I'm not interested at all. Like, exactly, I have no interest at all. It would, and like, to me, I'm with you, dude. Matrix 2 and 3 were so disappointing. I just was hoping that this was the mea culpa, like they were gonna make it right. So that was my expectation. But the dude who played Morpheus, Agent Morpheus, whatever you want to call him, I thought
I thought he was a great actor. Like I really enjoyed his performance. But why do you not bring back Lawrence Fishburne? You brought everybody else back. Like he's Morpheus.
Is he dead?
Dude.
But do we know if he wanted to?
Well, okay,
I
fair.
think he did. I think they never even asked him.
Dude,
Keanu got
Morpheus
him
is in
in
all
the
the John
John
Wick
Wick
movies.
movies.
Like
Yeah.
he's not going to want to be in the Matrix.
Right.
But
Dude,
maybe
you
it
know
wasn't.
what I
Maybe they had a
think-
bad experience with him. Maybe the Wachowskis are like, yeah, we're not bringing him back.
Maybe.
You know, I remember thinking after 2 and 3 because they were not they were disappointing in comparison to the first movie.
Oh, definitely.
You know,
well, the first movie was.
but I always
was
wondered if
revolutionary, dude. It changed science fiction forever. That movie.
you know if they
Literally.
thought after they didn't think the first movie was going to make it, and so
Right.
they didn't have part 2 and 3 written.
Right.
And then, you know, the story they came up with, you know, they tried to get too deep and they missed, basically.
Yeah.
You know, the idea is there that you can kind of flesh out yourself, you know, and amongst friends and whatnot, but it missed.
Well,
And
sometimes
this movie, like you said, I wanted it to be more,
Mhm.
you know. I don't even know what I wanted, but
I don't think they knew what they wanted.
it didn't, you know, I'm not totally like blown out of the water. Like this was the greatest effing movie I ever saw in my effing life, you know. But I liked it, like especially after the second time when some of it clicked.
The concept of it being a video game, like, is fair, and you know, because trying to find a way to integrate it back in, but it was just too self-aware. Like it just kept pointing too much out. I felt like it just like there were so many times where like remember you like this, remember this scene that you know like when they walked into the room and they have this scene from him with Morpheus playing from when he first took the red pill. It's like. It's just too. It's like, guys, like you're just leaning on
Just
the nostalgia
of everything.
Yeah. You didn't need to recreate everything. Yeah, it's a bummer.
But do you think it was intentional though to make it that way so that we would say, yeah, it's just too much? Like, why are you doing that? Like,
Well, I question like who wanted to make this movie, because watching the movie, it didn't seem like anybody wanted to make this movie because the movie was kind of like middle finger to sequels.
right?
Oh, I didn't get that at all. I thought this movie
Really?
was very, you know, I thought this movie was very much, it was poking fun at critics who, the people who didn't like Matrix 2 and 3. And I thought that what they were trying to say is they were trying to be critical of critics and stop over analyzing everything and just kind of enjoy the ride. And at the same time, it's quite obvious that, you know, Lana Wachowski was trying to tell, you know, coming into her own type of story and the power of acknowledging who your inner self is, even if your inner self isn't who society says that your inner self should be. So all of that, like, absolutely should be represented on screen, but don't try to cram it into 2.5 or 3 hours, whatever you're trying to do, when it doesn't serve your story. Like, you do yourself more a disservice by pigeonholing yourself into 2.5 to 3 hours of a movie, as opposed to trying to tell a better version of that same story over the course of, you know, 6 to 8 hours in a series format.
Yeah, I hear you on that.
Yeah, it's amazing how good some science fiction can be, and then just how bad the next movie. It's such a roller coaster with ups and downs over last year with it.
I always thought The Matrix would have made good novels.
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
Cartoons, anime.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Animatrix was. I always loved that one. Always
That
liked
first
one.
Matrix
Part
video
was good.
game was a really good example of storytelling in
Yeah.
gameplay.
What was that? Enter the Matrix?
Enter the Matrix.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
you could,
remember
like,
that. And you
hack
played
and
as
stuff,
you played as Niobe, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Ghost.
That was fun. That was actually, for the time, that was a decent interpretation, or you know, they always talk about it's difficult to make a good video game from a movie, from a franchise property. That was one of the better ones, I felt.
Yeah.
they could even do it as a not necessarily a kids cartoon, but like more of an adult cartoon, like on HBO. I mean, look back to years ago. I mean, we had Spawn on HBO, which was an amazing cartoon.
Well, and all the DC cartoons are more adult oriented.
Yeah.
I mean,
all the
that way you can still have all the original talent. You won't have to pay them as much because they're just doing voices. They're not doing physical acting anymore. And there's so much that you can do with CGI and I mean the computer generated animation. There's so much more they could do with it. So
Well,
I mean,
I just felt that the fight choreography and the camera work was really under par and underwhelming.
That's what made
the Neo fight choreography.
so
I felt like they're like, we don't have time, so just freeze the bullets. I mean, like it. I don't know, man. It just felt really phoned in and half-assed.
I mean, I'd have to say that this is the worst Matrix movie out of them all. I mean, that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about that. 2 and 3 were way worse to me.
Really? I think this is way worse than those.
Oh, I didn't get that at all. There were elements of this movie where I was very much rooting for it. I wanted it to succeed. Like Neil Patrick Harris was enjoyable. Like I enjoyed watching him chew up scenery, and he was a great villain. Like it was really well done. But
Doogie Howser's in it.
They were doing Neo in Bullet Time that looked like a B movie special effects. Like that was done so poorly, dude, and it drew me right out of the movie. And then you're thinking of the original Matrix revolutionized special effects, and this looks like a B movie. Like it.
Well, okay, to go with you on that, I have the same feeling about The Force Awakens. Like the special effects were good, but it didn't do anything new like A New Hope did.
It literally retold it was literally the same. Force Awakens is A New Hope. You have an orphan on a desert planet that, I mean, it's literally the exact same movie and beats right down all the way through it. But that's because J.J. Abrams has never had an original thought. Everything he's ever done is a bastardization of movies we love from our childhood.
Right.
Star Trek.
I mean,
Star
Trek
Into Darkness. He could be launched into space for Star Trek Into Darkness alone. When Quinto yelled Khan, I almost left the theater at that point. I was like, I can't even handle this movie anymore.
So Doogie Howser's the bad guy in a new Matrix movie?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah.
Spoiler.
Yeah, and they didn't even.
He's not in any of the trailers.
He's really good at. He's really
They
good
show him
at
in the
being a villain.
trailers.
Oh,
No, he's in the trailers. Yeah,
I'm
They
just
don't necessarily
not
tell
paying
you that
attention.
he's the bad guy.
but they should have put Wanda in it if he was there.
see, he was good in Harold and Kumar.
Oh, he was awesome in
That's where I like him. That's his best role.
Notorious Poonhound.
If you guys,
the opposite of
if
real
you
life.
did or didn't hear me, like I like the Matrix better than the Force Awakens.
Yeah.
You know, personally, because the Force Awakens was just way too much rehash, and it did not do anything like mind blowing. You know, it's the first Star Wars movie at the time, in how many years? 15 years.
I like The Force Awakens.
And that's what it was
like.
supposed to do. It was a retelling for a new generation.
It had
And
promise.
I understand that, and I like it for what it is. I'm not saying I don't like The Force Awakens. Out of the 3 sequel movies, it's the one I like the most.
Same here.
Yeah.
I actually I think Last Jedi, even though there's parts of it that I just detest, I blame J.J. Abrams for The Last Jedi because he put Luke Skywalker on scene for 8 seconds with no dialogue. And what else are you going to do? You know what I mean? Like you painted him into a corner. But I think at least The Last Jedi had some interesting ideas. I think it was beautifully filmed and it had some really good dialogue. I don't like half of it just was really just infuriating. But I just I hate all 3 of those movies, but Last Jedi, I would say Last Jedi is the best of the 3. And The Rise of Skywalker might be the worst movie I've ever seen in my life.
Keeping it positive here on the Night Owls.
No, dude, it's okay. Like, there's no anger there. It's just my opinion. Like, it's just an opinion. You know, now on the flip side, I love Solo. I thought Solo was so much fun.
The worst movie you've ever seen?
Yes, The Rise of Skywalker is literally the worst movie I've ever seen. I hate that movie with a passion. Passion.
Have you seen
Like,
that
when that
James,
movie
that
ended-
James Lynch movie where they fuck each other's open wounds and stuff like that?
I would watch
Right.
that. I would
Naked
watch
Lunch. I don't know
that.
what it's called.
Like,
That's
Human
one of the worst
Centipede?
things. I got my money back from Blockbuster Video. I rented that movie. I'm like, I want credit. I want you to give me a VCR. Like, you've damaged me by renting this movie. Like, seriously, man. That's shouldn't have,
okay,
no one
dude.
should have approved that to be put in theaters or to be printed on VHS. It was that bad of a movie.
When I went and saw the Rise of J.J. Abrams, at the end of the movie where she's like, "What's your name?" I'm like, "I'm Rey Skywalker." I chortled the whole row of dudes because I went by myself for like the opening night showing. Every guy next, we all looking at each other. We're like, dude, like you literally, like the whole point is she's her own person, you asshole.
How do you
Like-
spell chortle?
Like that is the point. Was she was finding who she's her own. She's Rey. She's Rey. No one. That's where her power comes from.
It would have
herself.
made more sense if she said Ray Solo. That would have made more sense.
That would have made more sense. Or she could have just said, "I'm Rey. I'm
Yes.
Rey. No one." Like
She's
I would
Omega. She's Omega.
I would have respected that, man. But the worst part of that movie was I went and saw it opening night by myself because I was so excited, and then we had tickets the next day, and I had to watch it again. And I was like, and I was so mad. Like the second time watching it, I was even madder. And then I got out, and I didn't tell my girls before we went my opinion because if they liked it, I don't want to cloud their judgment ever, right? So we get out of there, and it was so funny. I'm like, "So what'd you girls think?" And they were like kind of quiet. I'm like, "Well, you guys can tell me." And my daughter's like, "I don't want to hurt your feelings because I know you love Star Wars, Dad, but I hated that movie." And I hugged my bone. I'm like, "I love you girls. I'm so proud of you."
I saw it 7 times in the theaters.
I
You
saw
what?
it twice in the theater.
I saw it 7 times in the theaters.
Did you really?
God.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No,
Well, hey, you know what's cool?
it was
We're
a
all-
fun. Yeah,
Yeah, it's okay, dude. I'm not mad that you liked it, and I hope you're not mad I didn't. You know what I mean?
no, not at all.
I took my son to see it. He was 5, so that was the first one he could go to. And even, he was like, meh, you know. Can we watch Empire Strikes Back?
Right. He's got good taste.
Good kid.
I think they're making up for it now with the
Yeah.
Mandalorian and Boba Fett.
Yeah.
And anything else in the future.
He
Well, I
just
think-
has no attachment to Rey. Kylo Ren, like I've given him a few Kylo Ren figures, and them Jokers
Ren's
always in the bottom of the toy box.
We'll see Rey and that gang in another story.
I hope not. I'm good.
Whether it's a cartoon or a TV show or something, we'll see them again.
Aren't they
There's-
supposed to
there
be
is
doing
Star Wars
something
for
with
life.
Finn?
Yeah, I think they're gonna end up doing something with Finn and Ray.
Oh, Ray, I
Yeah,
gotta
think
tell you
Finn for
something,
sure, but Ray
but I'm
too.
not
I
gonna
think
tell you.
I think they're
The whole
Star
movie.
Wars for life. Like they'll always
just
be in
won't tell
Star
you.
Wars now.
Yeah, man, I'd be happy if they retcon the whole sequel trilogy. I'd love that.
Could
I
never
just-
happen.
I could do with
Not
that.
gonna happen.
No, I know, but I would love it if they did. Dude,
They'd have to
I'm
refund us
sorry,
all.
but what they did to Luke okay, look. You have an opportunity to put Luke, Han, and Leia together on screen, and you don't do that.
Yeah,
and then
that
you
was
put
a
Luke, you make
a bad mistake.
you make Han and Leia separated. You took away the happy ending, and we don't even know why. And then Luke isn't even the movie, and he doesn't even have a syllable of dialogue, and he's a hermit on an island. Like,
Right.
what the hell is wrong with all of you involved in that?
He's been getting drunk on blue milk and
Right. Like, yeah.
oysters.
Like at what point? Like, you're sitting around
Green milk.
storyboarding and talking
Green.
about this, being like, people who love Luke Skywalker are going to be so thrilled he's not in this movie and has no
Hey.
dialogue.
When I left The Last Jedi, I cursed out about 30 people. You know, I don't even know who these people were, but I was like, hey, F you. Why are you smiling? Your mom is a dog. You know, these mothers just killed my childhood hero and basically made Luke Skywalker, you know, into a bitch. I
Yes.
was like, I mean, I like knock people's popcorn out of their hand and shit, dude. I was so
I mean,
I didn't know none of these people at the theater. Man.
Did you dump a slushie on someone's head?
Yeah,
Don't you
dude.
guys all carry guns in America?
I went out in the parking lot and just screamed "F you," you know, just to the world. I was so pissed, dude.
It wasn't the Luke Skywalker we knew. The kid who
It was
stood up to
not
the
anybody's
Emperor
Luke
and Vader.
Skywalker.
I mean, it was like, who is this?
Yeah.
I you know, I think the flaw was starting it in the time period that they started it in, and then showing up, because basically we ended with a happy ending and with our heroes, and then all of a sudden you fast forward and all your heroes are separated and depressed, and you're not bought into why. Like you're like, why is this happening? What they should have done is they should have started it with Luke in the Jedi Temple. And they should have showed him as the Jedi, like, you know, the Yoda of the Jedi Temple. And there's other Jedis now, and you have your Padawans, and you can show the fall of the Jedi Temple and how he messed it up. Like, and that would have been interesting. And Leia, first of all, not making Leia not a Jedi was just so like pissed me off to no end. And then she Mary Poppins it in the middle of the second movie. Like, why? Why?
Space.
Yeah, like
That was CGI, dude.
It was.
But I just, the whole thing was flawed from the beginning. But the biggest mistake they made was, you know, J.J. Abrams. Just his involvement was it was doomed as soon as he got involved, man. Everything that dude touches is a bastardized version of something I loved from when I was a kid.
What if they
I'm starting
offered
to
that
get the
trilogy
feel like
to Favreau back in the day?
Did your wife
What
at
a
one
different
time
world
date
it would be.
J.J. Abrams and like there's a
It'd
personal
be a good
vendetta?
world.
No, he's just wasted hours of my life bastardizing my childhood, dude. Dude, Star Trek he should never have directed another movie after Star Trek Into Darkness. That was, you took the best Star Trek movie ever. Wrath of Khan is one of my favorite top 10 movies of all time. And because he has no original ideas or thoughts in his head, he bastardized the best Star Trek movie ever and thought it was clever to reverse Spock and when he yelled Khan, I was like, I wanted to leave. I looked at my wife. I'm like, let's go. Like, I'm done. Awful. And then Magic Tribble Blood saves Kirk. Like, what? Like,
yeah, Khan's blood in a dead Tribble somehow is like, oh, This is how we save it.
Yeah. No way, dude. No way. Now I will say, Paramount was smart because they jettisoned JJ and they got I forget what's his name, but Star Trek Beyond was a fantastic movie.
I love that movie.
That movie was real Star Trek, man. That was awesome.
I don't think I saw that one.
You want to hear a good one about the whole Star Trek reboots? My wife and I, before we got married, one of the movies we went to was the first Star Trek that he rebooted, right?
Yeah.
Sabotage by Beastie Boys, right? That one, my wife loved that movie so much, and that song was kind of like a running joke between she and I. That was our wedding entrance music to the reception.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sabotage.
Nice.
So, do you know I'm still in trouble for our wedding entrance music? It was we got introduced to the Top Gun anthem.
Nice.
and she didn't know ahead of time, so we're walking in and it's and all my fraternity brothers are like clapping and yelling, and there's like pictures of her just looking at me like, are you kidding me?
No, she chose that.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Nice.
That's fantastic. Now I'm terrified of Top Gun 2 this summer.
Hey.
I'm terrified.
I'll tell you, I thought it was cool that whenever Star Trek was set, that they were still listening to the Beastie Boys. You know?
It's classic rock.
150 years later, whatever
music.
it is,
Yeah.
200, 300 years.
There's Beastie Boy Easter eggs in a lot of the JJ shows.
Yeah, it's like his favorite band, right?
Yeah.
Well, he put Beastie Boys into the first Star Trek reboot.
Yep.
When
first
Kirk
song,
drove a sports car off a cliff for no reason.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Beastie Boys is still cool that far into the future.
Well, he was driving like a '56 Mustang.
Right.
In the future,
Right. Makes sense that 300 years in the future.
I like that first one. That was my
Mustang.
favorite one of all those.
Really? Did you see Beyond?
I've seen them all. I like them. They were all made here. I love movies made here. And I thought they cast those Star Trek members really well.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
cast was
that's fair. Yeah, the cast was good.
And I don't know if you know, but I learned this from my buddy Dave. He worked on Star Trek, and he worked with Simon Pegg before. Simon Pegg actually wrote most of the final movie. Like,
Yeah,
Beyond.
JJ needed help with Star Wars, and Simon Pegg came up with a lot of the story ideas that we, all hate and love at the same time. But Simon Pegg wrote basically. I don't think he even got credit for it, but he's a big part of that sequel trilogy and how the story went.
Well, I don't blame him for not wanting to be a.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want my name on that either.
Well, he was the voice of that one urchin or whatever that was the parts.
Half portion ration.
Yeah,
That's right. Yeah,
Guard
he's,
plucked.
he's
Yeah.
he'll make something on his own that we'll like in the future. That won't be just funny, dick and fart British movies like he's done in the past.
God, I
he'll
love Shaun of
make
the
something.
Dead.
I think. Yeah, he's great. He makes great movies, but
Shaun
let's
of
see
the
if he
Dead.
makes a good Star Wars movie or a good, original fantasy or action movie or something. Because I think he's got it in him.
Yeah, he probably did. Well, he I think he wrote Star Trek Beyond, and
I
that's
believe you're
why
right,
that was and again I like the other two movies I won't ever watch. I think they're awful, but the Star Trek Beyond I love.
You have to watch them.
Actually, you know what? I will. The reboot, the first one was okay. I give that like a B-. It was okay. It was enjoyable and I like the cast. The second movie, Into Darkness, again, I put that with Rise of Skywalker as the two of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
But Beyond was great, man. I loved Beyond. Idris Elba was awesome in that too. As the what was his name?
He's awesome in everything. But
He is.
I mean,
So what do you guys think of him as maybe as the Bond? I'd be down
to me.
Oh,
I would be
absolutely.
down for it.
Yeah.
I'd be down for that, man. I hope they don't like. I saw a thing they were considering doing like young and like a Tom Holland or one of those, and I was like,
No,
I
I like-
don't want to watch it.
I like Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy for sure would be a good Bond as a tough guy because he's freaking tough.
Yep.
And same with Idris Elba. He's tough. Plus, he's the most attractive man in the world too, isn't he? Like he's
I saw
perfect for
something-
Bond, and
an
he's British.
article
He's
with,
British on top of it all, right? Like
I don't know
same
his
with
name.
Tom Hardy.
Icarus.
Like it'll be a British good-looking
Richard Madden.
guy.
Yeah,
He's,
Idris
yeah,
Elba's
he's
49, so
clever.
he can probably do a handful
That guy.
of Bond films still.
because Roger Moore was one of my favorite growing up. Even
Oh,
though
dude, I grew up on Roger Moore Bond.
other
like, I
Bond
love-
guys
Totally.
like other people. Like I didn't like Pierce Bronson. I didn't think he was, but he's one of the fan favorites too. Like
I loved Goldeneye.
Remington Steele, like he
You
already
know,
has a role
Well,
in a similar.
he tried out
character.
to be Bond back in the 80s, but they brought in Timothy Dalton.
They brought in
for a couple
Dalton.
films.
And he was
I
also
liked
quite
him.
popular.
I liked him.
They were all
Timothy
very,
Dalton.
very popular. Like no
Yeah.
Bonds, I don't think were hated. So it's a good franchise.
No,
to be a
even
part of.
George Lazenby, Her Majesty's Secret Service, he was good as Bond, and then Roger
And Sean
Moore.
Connery, of course, too.
Yeah, Sean
Yeah, but
Connery.
Roger Moore, because Cannonball Run, like he was just a big guy at the time, right? He was getting involved with everything. Him and Sammy Davis Jr. and Cannonball Run were classics.
I love Moonraker. Like it's
That was
such a
for sure.
cheesy Bond movie, but I
Yeah.
love Moonraker, man. It's such a fun movie.
Yeah, one of my favorites too.
Moonraker, like that, and all the more Bond movies are just fun to watch. They are. If they're on, I'll watch it. Always watch it.
Well, because he was the smart ass one too. He was the more comedic
Yeah, totally.
Bond as
Judo,
opposed to the ladies. Like I don't know who's the original Batman guy. Like he's like him. He's
Adam
like,
West.
he's a very
Adam West,
Adam
yeah.
Westy James Bond, like judo chop. Yeah.
But you know what? I appreciate
Mayor Adam
that
West
it's-
even.
I appreciate that how different he was from Sean Connery. As
Oh, for
Bond.
sure.
You know what I mean? Like, I like that he
same-
was different.
Yeah, he wasn't trying to play the same. He was trying to do his own little take on it, and I don't know if maybe that's because the English, because look at Doctor Who.
Well, Scottish. He was Scottish.
Basically the same character, but each each regeneration is a different take,
different interpretation. Yeah.
And I like how they kind of did that with the Bonds. So
yeah,
but we'll see what happens. I mean, with the counterculture and all the Karens in the world, I mean, can we still have a decent Bond? Can we still have decent Bond stories, or is it all going to be gender swap and political correctiveness?
Well, no, the Barbara Broccoli's come out and said their Bond is a male. Now, if they ever did anything in the universe, they would consider doing like a spin-off or a series or something in the universe. But James Bond is James Bond.
There's no reason why they can't do like a 006 or a 00.
No, I'd be up for I'd be up for like a series that explores the 00 program. That'd be neat. Yeah,
and
like the Bourne Identity is good too, because they have different actors that played the same kind of character, right?
Yeah.
And I like those movies and series. I thought those are great.
Yeah, I'm not.
Now, did all of you guys see the last Bond movie? Has everyone?
No, I have not seen the last.
I have.
I was pretty disappointed with the final outing.
I heard it was pretty bad.
Yeah,
I like the car. The car had a great scene.
Honestly, it was pretty bad. Pretty bad.
We waited a long time for that too. So
yeah.
I think the movie was remade because I think it was supposed to be about a virus around the world, and I think they had to drastically change it because of what was currently the status of the world.
That's a bummer, man, because I think Daniel Craig is an amazing James Bond, and he deserved to go out much better than that movie. Like, much better.
I'll never say never. He could do it again.
Never say never.
No, he said he's done. He's done. So, well, hopefully, if it's Idris, man, that'd be cool. And
$100 million waving $100 million. I mean, do it.
Connery came back. He did, Never Say Never Again.
Harrison Ford came back.
So
3 times.
Yeah, that's true.
So
but if you've seen the movie, I don't want to. It's I don't know. I think that ship sailed.
Okay.
So it's but I'm excited for the future. And then you just mentioned Doctor Who. I'm very excited. Russell T Davies is coming back to the show.
The Chosen One is back.
Yes, and
they're doing Quantum Leap with Scott Bakula again.
Now,
are they really?
Yeah. NBC has given an order for pilots. Now it's going to be interesting to see how they do that because, one Dean Stockwell passed away recently
too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm a big Quantum Leap fan.
Me too. I like that show growing up.
Yeah, I love that.
So that when I was in high school, I worked at a roller rink as a DJ. My DJ name was DJ Leap.
Was it really?
Yes, it was. How many DJ Daves are out there? Let's be honest. So I had to come up with something. I was like, yeah, I'll go with Leap. Why not? It's going to be interesting because Scott Bakula is up in the age. My idea, I have 2 ideas for that if they ever did it. Depending on how they do it. The show ended with him technically having a daughter that was working at Project Quantum Leap. Maybe she goes into the chamber. They have a way to try and track him down, and maybe it's her looking for him throughout time. So maybe they come across him. He's in one episode. Maybe we don't see him for another 4 or 5 episodes.
Could be, yeah.
Kind of like a manhunt through time. Or
that's fun.
Or something happens where they do bring him back, but now she's lost in time, and you have him as the holographic observer.
That's what I was wondering. Could he be the Dean Stockwell?
Sure he could. Yeah.
We know. Well, if you watch, I don't know if you guys really followed the show that much. Al had 3 daughters, so one of them could be the observer because the original project was Al's mesons and neurons linked to Sam's because they were synced up in the computer. So the whole genetics could be, a little crossover right there. So it'd be interesting to see it. But also in this day and age, like again with the counterculture and the Karens, Quantum Leap, the original series dealt with racism, equality with men and women throughout time because he was born in 1953, so he had to deal everything from 53 basically to 1990 there's a lot of dark times.
Lot
Is that
of
going to be
things
something
happen.
that he leaped into someone with Down syndrome twice? He leaped into elderly black men a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
He's leaped into a woman a couple times. You know, would there be groups that would be like, oh, you can't do that now? Oh,
No.
he's not representing this group or this person correctly. I mean, that's my fear. I hate saying that, but that's my honest fear. Because how many times you get someone who does one thing, and before it's even aired, people are attacking it.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's part of the issue with Doctor Who was a lot of people like, oh, a woman doctor? That doesn't matter. You get the right actor, you get the right writing.
Mm-hmm.
The
problem
Those
with this
people will go
version of
away.
Doctor Who is not Jodie. Jodie is
she's a fantastic actress,
and she's a great actress, and I love her interpretation of the Doctor. The problem is the writing has been atrocious for the series. The plots have been atrocious, and you jam 3 companions in the TARDIS that had no relationship with the Doctor, no character development. All they were was exposition to ask the Doctor, "What's this? Hey, Doctor, why are we doing this?" And all they were was for her to explain the plot to the 3 of them. And whereas to me, the companion is an equal lead to the Doctor. And the relationship between the Doctor and the companion is a surrogate for the audience. So when you don't have that, there's no, and it's a shame because I think she's been brilliant. I love her version, but the show is not watchable. It's such a bummer.
One thing my wife brought up about that show is what happened to the suffering that the Doctor carried through since they brought it back in 2005. He always had this suffering, this this force about him, and they didn't write that. So
what happened to Tom Baker?
Yeah.
I stopped watching when Tom Baker stopped playing the Doctor.
Oh, you haven't seen, dude, the modern interpret. You have Christopher Eccleston, David Tennant.
Zero desire to watch any of the modern Doctors.
Really? Oh, they're so good, dude.
I love my wife's favorite is Capaldi.
I love Capaldi's version, man.
Yeah. I met him.
So good.
Him and Clara. He's amazing.
Tom Baker was on right after Littlest Hobo in Canada, and that's how I watched it. Like
now,
back to back.
There's a 50th anniversary episode where it brings back David Tennant and Matt Smith.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens is right at the end of that episode, a spoiler, Tom Baker makes an appearance.
Yeah, that's the only one I watched.
Okay, so you saw that one.
Yeah, just because of that.
I would love to see them do some series where maybe they explore that, because he tells them, you're gonna visit a few of the familiar faces, maybe just the favorites, And I mean, I would love to see him come back. I would love to see Paul McGann get an actual doing series, that, just like a one-off series
where they started.
I think some of them left on bad terms, like even
Eccleston
previous directors and writers, and
Eccleston refuses
and actors.
Yeah, so Eccleston refuses to come back. He was invited to the 50th and he refused to participate.
I think that's a big part of it. There is some weird, if it's politics or whatever,
and that's why they wrote the War Doctor in.
Yep, and John Hurt is the War Doctor, so good too. I mean, we really got spoiled with. Going from Tennant to Matt Smith to Capaldi. Yeah. I mean, that was outstanding. And the companions were great. Because if you think about it, the companions, at least for me, I love just as much as the Doctor. And like Donna Noble was amazing. I love Clara, Amy, what I mean? Like, and then when you get this modern version, like, I don't even know I can't even tell you the names of the people in the TARDIS now. They're so boring.
Yeah,
how do they all fit?
Bigger on the inside.
Don't get me started about that screwdriver of hers.
Yeah, it's a shame because there's having daughters. My daughters my oldest is love sci-fi. My younger one used to, and now she's too cool for it. But when my teenage daughter is not interested in a female Doctor Who, they wrote it poorly. Like, and that broke my heart because like I'd like that she could see herself in the Doctor there and she actually lost interest in Doctor Who because that show was so poorly written, man. It really that bummed me out.
She watched every modern era from Eccleston all the way through Capaldi with me. She had every sonic screwdriver. She's got Doctor Who like stuff, and is like after one season with under the new showrunner, she was out. Man, broke my heart.
Well, I mean, he pretty much ripped everything apart. I mean,
Yeah,
making it, one, you're killing off Gallifrey after it was saved
right.
again, and now they were all Cybermen, if I remember it correctly.
Yep.
And then, you make the Doctor she's not Gallifreyan, she's actually the source of all of Gallifrey's regeneration technology. That just...
Yeah, it jumped the shark on that one. That's where I was like, I just stopped watching after that, because now there's an infinite number of doctors instead of 13. Yeah.
And I've talked to people, and I said, you know what? It's not impossible for them to come back from this, because they've done this kind of thing before.
Yeah, they totally.
Gallifrey was gone, but then it was in a time lock, and they saved it. And of all people to help save it was the Master. David Sims is the Master. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's not impossible for them to come back and change things again. I mean, that's what the Doctor does, is change time.
Yep. Well, and if you want to know what a strong female character can do, look at Missy.
Yes. Missy was amazing.
She's amazing as the mistress, dude. Yes. Amazing.
And she redeemed herself.
Yes.
I mean, who thought that the Master would actually go against, himself, so to speak?
No, totally. And what a miss to not have Missy and Jodie in the TARDIS together for an arc. How cool would that have been to see them together?
Well, I know there's also talk about that Alex Kingston wants to come back.
Oh, dude, yes. Bring back River Song.
Because
how fun would it be for River Song to meet the female Doctor?
Yes.
I mean, that'd be great.
Yeah. But I mean, one highlight was bringing back Captain Jack. It was good to see Captain Jack.
I love Captain Jack, yeah.
So, but it'll be interesting to see what they do with this.
Do you other guys watch Doctor Who?
Not that much, no.
I've watched Eccleston, Matt Smith, Tennant, and some of Capaldi, but I haven't been up to it.
I probably checked out around the same time you did, Brandon. I made it like halfway through Capaldi, and it was just like, ugh.
But you got to get through Capaldi's first season, and then he comes into his own as the Doctor in his second season. Yeah. Like his first season's a little tough to get through. Second season, he really owns the role of the Doctor.
Well, usually the first season, the Doctor's still trying to figure himself out, trying to find out his personality at times. But like with Clara, I mean, she's one of like her and Amy and Rose are probably the top three out of
Donna Noble, dude.
Yeah, Donna Noble's good, and it'd be interesting because I know there was talk about trying to figure a way to bring her back in some respect. So
I think they should remake A Littlest Hobo.
Make a what?
The Littlest Hobo. They should make that again. Yeah. The world will be great again if that show's on the air. Has anyone ever heard of that show?
I've heard of it.
It's called A Littlest Hobo. It's about a German Shepherd dog that basically travels across Canada and saves people. Yeah, it's an iconic show. It was on elsewhere in the world. Like, it wasn't just on CBC. It did make it to
They played that in America?
Absolutely. It was right on after Doctor Who.
I'm in Buffalo, New York, right across the border from Canada.
So you would have got it like syndication every day.
I remember hearing that. I remember watching Beachcombers with my grandfather.
It was like the Beachcombers, exact same kind of show. Same people made it.
Yep.
CBC Canada.
CFTO would broadcast over right across the lake to us. So yeah,
it's way better than Doctor Who. It's just a dog that saves everybody. Like Lassie, but
Lassie,
a TV series, kind of, made by Glenn A. Larson or whoever made it, right? Like it's.
Well, I made everything in the 80s.
I made it 2 episodes into Capaldi's second season, and that's where I stopped.
I watched like one episode of Doctor Who, like 15 years ago, and it had these little robot dudes in it, Didax or
Dialogues.
Yeah, and it was like the old, like original Doctor Who, I think I kicked the dog and turned that shit off.
Well, I mean, the original show was basically it was a children's show, kind of.
Yeah.
Children's sci-fi adventure show. I mean, that's pretty much what it. But then it kind of evolved. Yeah, the graphics, the special effects were always very cheesy.
Yep.
You know, it was like classic Star Trek era type quality back then. But then it evolved, and when they brought it back in 2005, it was even then some of the episodes they were a little chunky, but then they kind of picked it up.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, but there was more drama. It was written much better. The Doctor was just so distraught over because he was the last of the Time Lords.
Yeah,
people were gone. It's just him.
The Tennant era is just incredible.
Yeah,
just incredible. And then Matt Smith.
Matt Smith is good.
Matt Smith was incredible too, but they were very similar, and that's why I appreciate Capaldi because he really tried to take a different approach to the Doctor than those two guys did.
I just hope that all the people who watch it now and are fans of it now have watched or have access to the original.
Oh, dude, I used to watch because it used to be on here on
40 plus.
I used to watch it on PBS.
On PBS, I used to watch. My grandma loved Doctor Who, and she watched it when it was originally on. So when it was on PBS, I remember watching it at her house.
But can you watch it now? Is there like a $10 a month? You can watch everything.
Yeah, you could totally watch it now. I think all the Doctor Who's are on HBO Max now.
Okay.
No, since 2005 they have those on HBO Max, but
it's just the 12 seasons so far.
The newer ones.
It's not the old.
The classics. Oh, the classics are on BBC then.
You can probably go to cbc.ca and watch them for all I know. I don't know.
Well, there's what is it? Not Tubi, but one of those apps. They have like all these channels. They will replay old
BBC
episodes.
Plus.
What is it called? I'm trying to think.
It has millions of fans.
We should ask Mark. Mark will know.
I don't know.
BritBox.
BritBox
has it where you can watch the classic ones.
It'd be silly if it wasn't available.
What?
I said, is Josh frozen? You've just been stoic.
I'm frozen.
It's the sativa.
$7 a month. It's free 7-day free trial.
Oh, nice. Oh, so it's almost 2 here, so I'm probably gonna pull my ripcord here soon. So now's a good time to see what videos, what do you guys got going on this week? Anything you want anyone to tune in or pay attention to?
I don't know. I might do a shorter review for Fennec this week.
Nice.
I am not sure what day it is coming, but I have a hot toy. That is going to be arriving, so I will be doing an unboxing stream. It should.
Is that your first?
What it is?
Say first.
I'm not going to tell you what it is. Nope, because I've got my Qui-Gon.
Okay, your Qui-Gon was first,
and then I've got my sideshow Obi-Wan.
Is it Anakin?
It's a girl.
It's one that nobody knows.
Is it a Star Wars?
Yeah, and I haven't talked. I'm only going to get Star Wars ones.
Okay. When are you doing that? I want to see that.
It is either supposed to be here Tuesday or Wednesday.
Awesome. Okay, cool. I want to see that for sure.
Yeah,
it'll be here Thursday.
And I do want to pimp Josh's table video. If you guys haven't seen his new Captain America table, that thing is amazing, dude.
I watched that thing twice. Like I looked at it, I'm like, it looks awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah, dude.
Shabby make it.
I'm sitting on 99 subscribers, so if anybody wants to do me a favor and get me over the hump, I'd appreciate it.
Heck yeah, man! Someone's got to get Josh to 100.
That'd be
so. I think this week I want to open. I'm not going to be traveling for a few weeks because of what happened to me last weekend. So I'm going to have some extra free time, but we have. I definitely want to open this, and then I'm probably just going to open this wave and do either some videos of it or just take some photos or something like that for sure.
Yeah, you got to get those open.
Very cool.
This is the first one I'm opening.
Oh, can you do that in front of like blue and purple lights and red lights and like? Oh,
Yes. You know what I could do is a versus with this guy. Right here.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I love
Yeah,
dude. I
it's a
love the
pretty good
detail on
figure.
that saber. Look at the detail on that saber, dude.
The only thing I didn't like about Revan is I feel like he's always looking down.
Yeah,
Like because of the hood,
angle
you
of the
can't, like,
mask and the hood.
he is.
right. You
Yep.
can't like get his head up too good.
So you actually have to. So if you pull his chin inside, you
Right.
could pull his chin up within the hood. But yeah,
Right.
everything is tilted down. Yeah, I'm with you. I wonder if this one is probably.
I think it's the same.
Yeah,
I
it looks
never
like
opened the Sith one.
I'll do a versus. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. I'll do a versus video tomorrow because the Bears are definitely not playing anymore this year. So
Nope.
I got my Sundays open now.
I don't know if you can see it, but Funko did it again. They got me with one of the Funko boxes, and it was a Knights of the Old Republic, and it's Bastilla Shan and Revan.
Oh,
It came with 2 Funko Pops, like a lanyard, pins, and stuff. It was
Oh, you do like that subscription box?
no, it was just one of the GameStop.
Okay.
It was.
So I know they have some kind of Marvel and a Star Wars like subscription you can do every month. They
Mhm.
send you like a
Yeah, I see
T-shirt, a
those
couple
boxes.
pops, hats.
those are neat.
Yeah, they're pretty cheap
neat.
too. $20.
So
I think.
next Saturday we are on the Cap Cave at 10:30. Any do we have a topic planned or anything?
No, a great time is going to be had by all. More
all I
than
want.
likely talking. Hopefully, if
Boba?
Dan is on board, Boba Fett episode 4, Peacemaker episode 4.
Yes. And then anyone, Dave, Left Coast, thanks for hanging out. Brandon made his triumphant return because Brandon was one of the original Night Owls, and obviously he was busy with football and coaching, and but it's so good to have the return of the Jedi. So we're glad you're back, brother. But anyone watching, if you guys ever want to hop in, just shoot a text, DM, Twitter, whatever. Let us know, man. This is open forum, and it's just all about friendship and fellowship and spreading joy and hanging out with people who love the things you love, man. And
Unless
I
you're
love
J.J.
it,
Abrams. Sorry.
especially JJ. But you know what? I like that we have different opinions and perspectives.
He's in the chat.
And we can just share them with each other, man. I think that's cool that we all respect and appreciate each other's perspectives, man. And I'm
When
grateful
is the
for
next
all you guys.
Peacemaker, by the way?
Thursday.
Thursdays. Yeah.
Thursdays. Yeah. I cannot wait for the next episode.
So Boba Fett
Cannot
comes
wait.
first.
Yeah, Boba Fett Wednesday,
All right.
Peacemaker Thursday, man. Good week.
Yeah,
And
so-
then I'm gonna go see Spidey tomorrow. And then 3 Men and a Monkey Lizard will be on the Nerdery Saturday at 6:00, and we are doing our Boba Fett action figure draft. So
And I turn on my
anything-
camera at 1:00 a.m. after the Boba Fett show. If anyone is awake and wants to, keep me awake a little longer, because
See,
I'm
dude, I love
hyped and I
you.
got to
That-
talk about it right away.
Well, but for me, I got that show. It comes on at 3 a.m. here. So
Yeah.
And
So this
real
week,
Star Wars
I woke
fans-
up at 6 to watch it because I
That's
I
good enough.
couldn't wait. I had to watch it. I couldn't wait till the end of the day.
Yeah, I've already watched it 3 times by the time you wake up.
It's awesome. I love it. Well, thank you guys for hanging out. Everyone stay healthy, stay well, and please check out everybody's channels. Please subscribe to everyone who's on tonight, and we'll see you next Saturday in the Cap Cave at 10:30 p.m.
Take care.
Cheers,
care, guys.
everybody.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. Always a pleasure.
Mm.